Welcome back, everyone. I need to actually fix one quick thing while we're there, just so it looks nice. Actually, we'll just do this. That'll be easier. All right. So, welcome back. Definitely had a lot of things happen in our last event, and I think we're going to get to a big culmination on this one today. Let's start off like we normally do with a recap of last time. So after, some craziness in Castleton and essentially leading a coup in many ways, killing Lena Orweaver and forming the forced out Captain Eder, the captain of the guard of Castleton, he essentially asked for your aid in fending off and destroying the remaining mercenary forces from the Lordless Crown that were in Castleton. You were able to successfully help him in doing that, and in reconvening with him, you met members of the Forward Motion Solutions ownership crew. They were able to help you essentially reach an airship so that you could get a hold of Sonara in hopes of being able to bring her back to the capital fast enough so that you could essentially reveal Jackson's dastardly plan all along to the rest of the council. As you did that, you met Truna, the last member of Forward Motion Solutions' kind of ownership trio. Unfortunately, as you were trying to get this airship under your use, you discovered the person pulling the strings, if you want to call him that, is essentially an archdemon named Grotzt. And Grotzt is basically the patron of Jackson and the person who's been pushing him to do all these dastardly things since before you guys even knew each other. Fast forwarding a bit, you were able to get the airship over to the Temple of the Saviors just in time to actually stop a couple of Yuan-Ti Serpent People assassins that were sent to kill Sonara. They'd almost successfully killed Firo. He was gravely wounded, but he was healed by you guys. You were able to rescue Sonara and kill these two Yuan-Ti assassins after taking quite a bit of damage. But in so doing, you realize that what you signed up for might be a lot more difficult. As you were in the air as well, you did notice that an army, including several airships, was on its way to Castleton. And it seems as though y'all had sparked a civil war between the capital and the second largest city on the island. Unsure of what to do, you were able to leverage the help of a new friend that had been traveling with Dent named Smoke, a Kenku monk who had basically been tailing you since you left the Erzatsurai complex in the City of the Dead. And you basically sent him on Dent's magic broom to go and reconvene with Captain Eder, tell him of what you saw, and hopefully be able to help in fending off the city and protecting the city, at least creating enough distraction where you would be able to finally get Sonara to the capital and show her to the Lord Ruler and the rest of the Lord's Council. You were able to. You decided not to take your airship, avoiding most of the air combat that you saw in the skies. And you were able by land to sneak her into the castle with the help of some of the guards that recognized her. As you got there, you met the Lord Ruler, Gavin Bacchus, a very well-to-do and obviously stuffy noble. But seemed to be fair. He did recognize Sonara right away, and in so doing realized that something was gravely wrong, and that perhaps they had made a mistake in appointing Jackson to her open seat. As the conversation ensued, she was able to convince Gavin, Lord Ruler Bacchus, to essentially send a magical message to their champion in Castleton, who was leading the assault. It was successfully thwarted, and the violence and fighting there did stop from what you could ascertain. As Gavin, though, started to talk to you guys about some more of what was going on, asking for more questions and trying to get more detail on Jackson's master plan of what he was hoping to accomplish in all of this, a giant explosion was heard from outside the city below. And as you ran to the window, you saw first this huge bright purple light seemed to fill up the space through the windows that you were in. And as you were able to kind of focus, you saw this giant pillar of purple energy shoot from the sky down into the center of the realm of the First Raised. And knowing where Jackson was likely hiding out, you assumed properly that it was coming from the Stormwind estate, where Jackson has kind of taken up residence. More of the beams continue to kind of blast into the ground, and you can see from below that there was quite a bit of devastation and panic running through the cities throughout. And that's where we'll start in the castle of Wadep, outside the city of Wadep, the capital city of Wadep. And Gavin has looked at all of you and instructed you to go get him. What would you guys like to do?
I think this is it, team. Let's put our plans into account.
Are we retconning some moves first?
Yeah,
I would like to.
In the capital.
Okay. Well, let's start with I would like to imbue Rowena's rapier with magic.
Okay.
Which I believe means I need to get rid of it for one of my items, if I'm not mistaken.
That is true, yes.
Apologies. Can you remind me which ones I have going right now?
Oh yeah, let me pull up your character sheet. Sorry. And I will credit Zunis. He does have the first chat in our Discord of 2021. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Right. The definition of imbue is to impregnate or inspire. Feelings, opinions, etc.
All right. Let's see which ones you've got.
Definitely inspirational.
Your current weapon is your crossbow. You've enhanced that. You've also enhanced your arcane focus, and you have it enhanced. You've enhanced your armor as well.
Let's get rid of the arcane focus. I believe that's on the rod.
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to enhance your weapon though? You'd have to remove it from your crossbow.
Oh, I would. Okay, then I will remove it from my crossbow.
Okay. And so we're going to add that to Rowena's. Okay, Rowena, this is where I'll need you to just kind of help me on this one. I'm going to do some edits on your character sheet.
Okay.
And basically, it's going to be considered a magical weapon, but I will give it, I think it's a +1 bonus to that now. So I'll just go ahead and customize that for you.
Thank you.
All right. 2-hit override, 2-hit bonus, +1. Damage bonus, +1. Any other things in that, or is it just the +1 bonuses on there?
I just saw a level 1 bonus +1 on my enhanced weapon.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dent.
I got you. We're teammates.
All right. You've got that bonus added. That's 1 infusion. You want to keep your other 2 or do something else?
I'm gonna keep the other 2.
Okay.
Should we start with the messaging or do we want to do something else first?
I'm fine with starting with the messaging.
While Rowena's sheet is open and Nate is making modifications,
Okay.
as opposed to just going to bed confusedly the night before,
I'm drunk.
I would love to have used spell ceremony to create some holy water to
Okay.
also give Rowena.
Thank you.
So you're giving
vial
Rowena a vial of holy water, or is there more than that you're trying to give her?
Can I do 2? It only takes an hour to make one, so as long as I'm able to still rest.
Totes, I will give her 2.
Cool.
Alrighty, she has 2 glasses of holy water put on.
Thank you, Thad.
You got it. Another, go ahead, Bernie, take it.
Shall we start assembling our team?
Let's do it.
Oh no, you go ahead.
So I believe as part of assembling the team, what we wanted to do was retcon it so that Smoke returns to where he was going, but we gave him a message because he can repeat sounds that we say according to his class chart.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, group, but the message is more or less gather your army, gather your army of Kenku and fly to. Did we have specific people that we wanted them to take care of versus the airship, or what was our? Just everybody. I can't hear you.
Well, do we want him to fly Captain Eder over if he's going to be at Castleton?
Yeah. So
Can
we
you
want.
hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a minute there.
Okay. Do we want him to fly Captain Eder over?
Yes.
Okay, here, I'll go over here.
Yeah, we want.
Do we want him to fly Captain Eder over if he's going to be at Castleton?
We want him to fly Captain Eder over, and I guess my question is, who else is in that area that they're in, or within, I guess, one night's fly of that area? Among this team of fellows that we have seen.
There's, the other people on Wadep are Benna, Emmeline, if she feels so inclined, Captain Yao, Corvold, Raywena, and Supervisor Ormond, if they can get to her.
So we would like the Kenku to then repeat this message to those people that Rowena described, telling them the location of where Jackson currently is, and telling them to meet us there, so that we can all gang up on him.
Okay. So I just want to double check. Smoke is the one telling them this message. He's repeating it.
Smoke is repeating from us because that's what he can do.
Okay.
And then my assumption is that then the whole class of Kenku can repeat it from what he says.
That is true.
So we can have them all go at once. They don't have to go A, B, C, D. They can all go A through D at once.
Yep. Very true. Cool idea. I dig it.
Well, a couple people I forgot who are also on Wadep. Well, Truna's in the airship, but we can get Lily and Leo. There's Fenrisha and Jethro. Lucinara's with us. We want her with us. Grid Silverthane, if she feels so inclined. We didn't actually meet her. And where's Bethany Sim?
Last you spoke with her, she was in the capital city, near the the Helm and Legal District with her father hiding.
Okay, if they can fly over to Bethany as well, that would be great.
How are you sending it? So I just want to double check who's flying to Bethany and how are they flying? In Truna's airship? In the airship you guys have?
No, that was the. Oh well, we just have one broom, I guess.
Yeah.
That was the Kenku on the broom.
Yeah.
So okay, is the airship getting the rest of these people, guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you've been much more in tune with this list than I have. So who is the airship picking up besides Bethany?
Oh, I feel like I'm just kind of grasping at straws here. I guess if boom, and because Smoke Kenku famously can't fly, and the broom is getting Captain Eder and Captain Yao because he was with them. Then the airship will have to get all the rest of the people on Wadep, who is Bethany, and Bethany's relatively close to us right now. Benna, Emmeline, Supervisor Ormond, and anyone she'd like to bring. Corvold, Raywena, Lillian and Leo, Fenrisha and Jethro, and Grid Silverthane.
So the goal here is to get like everybody that you know to the capital.
Yes.
Okay, I think I've got
And
the gist. Was there one more?
And if I may, if we could have
Uh-huh.
Supervisor Ormond bring the rest of my kind as well.
We will see what happens based
Yeah,
on
let's see.
the role that I haven't showed you.
Let's roll.
So,
And then I
yeah,
do have a couple more people I'd like to contact, but that's separate from the airship.
Sure.
So you could do the roll first.
you can try
But
to
I
bring
would
them
like
all,
to
yeah.
call. I would like to call Torm, and I would also like to get a magical message through to our friend Cogburn somehow. I know he can't leave the island, but maybe he can give us some remote help.
Do you have a way of getting a magical message to Quagburn?
No.
Right now, I think all of your types of communication are non-magical.
We have his email. Does that count?
That's true.
CC everybody.
It's a BCC list, man. It's a massive marketing blitz. Hey, we're gonna meet up at the Capitol. So I will say this: I do think it is totally appropriate to try to get some allies here. All of your means, though, require some physical travel to get the message, and some of those people wouldn't necessarily just come because they were told. So I did a roll. I'm not going to tell you what it was for Smoke to persuade certain folks. I also did a roll for Truna to persuade certain folks, and she's going with the airship. And we'll see what happens from there. I will say it would take, at the fastest, it would take at least a couple hours for some of those people to get to you. Just some things to know.
We have other things we could do in the meantime. May I call Torm on my sending stone?
Of course.
And remind me, I get, 25 words?
25 words, he gets 25 words back, and then it's and you run out of your T-Mobile minutes.
Does SOS count as 3 words or 1?
I'll count it as 1.
I think it's one abbreviation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SOS at Castle Wadep. Jackson bombing and wreaking havoc. 9. Come quick if you can. That's 15.
Yeah. All right.
Big fight and the spoils of Wadep. Hurry, please. That's 23.
Okay, so it takes you a moment, but a moment later you hear, okay, still on Baldarig, but I can let the rest of the Shadow know. I'm pretty sure the Shadow Boss would want to be involved. If there's stuff to take, we can take it. So hang tight, I guess.
Can I push him back, or is that all I get?
That's all you get.
Okay.
You do feel like the Deep Shadow, you do feel like successfully the Deep Shadow in the capital of Wadep on this island will be informed of this soon.
Guys, I had the Deep Shadow on my list, or I had the Shadow Boss on my list. This is great.
Yeah. Nice.
You don't know where the Shadow Boss is, but you do know that he's got at least contacts here.
Okay,
I think you should scold Emma while he's at it, because she was running a racket, but...
just other...
Okay, go ahead.
Are, like, planning, I wanted to confirm one thing with the group. I have a spell of sending so that I can communicate over large distances. Perhaps if we need the airship to come to our aid or what have you, but now we've sent the airship away. Is that not a spell that
you can
all think back to the plan?
So here's the thing that I would just ask about sending. What level spell is it? I think level 2 or level 3?
3.
So how many total level 3 spell slots did you use while you were fighting the Yuan Ti? Do you remember? The assassins.
Oh, that's a good question. I have since cleared my...
I'm pretty sure if I
the
remember,
rest.
you did 1 big cure wound, so I think you've got 2 you could use.
Okay.
So I will allow you to reach 2 people with that sending spell.
Who would be our 2
Anyone?
I mean, maybe Supervisor Ormond. I know that we're kind of... Nate, do we have any idea of, like, if Supervisor Ormond got the message?
You wouldn't have an idea, no. You feel confident.
We wouldn't have an idea.
Yeah, you feel confident that Smoke could get you there. Maybe I'm helping you too much, but you do know of a contact in the Temple of the Saviors who is in Erzatsarai.
That's true. Yeah, we don't even need a spell for that, but what's her face? Who is dying? is a Nazatsrai. Do you remember her name, folks?
Senrosha?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she was
maybe-
on the list.
We could yeah, she's on the list.
Fenrisha
Okay,
could probably get that message to Supervisor Armand without too much trouble.
Amazing. We want Supervisor Armand to know that there's demonry afoot, and we call for the Zatsarai's aid.
And make it clear that they have a financial and peace-based interest in this conflict being resolved for our side, and that we are on their side in this particular war.
She let you know the night before that would be possible, and she should be able to reach her in the morning before you leave.
I would also like to repair. Oh wait, that was just one, right? You wanted to do two. You can get a message to two people.
You can do a massage to two people. That is true.
Anyone else on that list where we want them? Who is there anyone in Wadep who might be closest to Jackson?
Closest physically or closest spiritually?
Yes. Closest
Emotionally.
physically so they can get there the fastest and maybe probably most quickly.
I mean, the closest to us right now of my list of allies is Bettany, I think.
Yeah, Bettany
Bettany
is
Slim?
definitely Bettany Sim is still in the capital.
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely send out to Bethany.
Okay.
And let her know what's going on. Let her know to meet us in the city and be ready to squabble.
Yeah.
You hear back. Okay, I'll be ready.
Fuck yeah.
Fool.
Let me jump right into this. Still with retconning. I would like to repair Thad's broken eagle whistle.
Okay. Okay. I need two things then. This will be a little difficult. I need
Whatever
you to
it takes.
roll. I need you to roll an Arcana check. And because of your, I'll leave it straight because you're proficient in building magical things. What we get?
Can I roll 2 Arcana checks?
Nope. You have no idea how to fix this. And
But
additionally, it feels very foreign to you. The construction of it, the way it was built, it's not geometric per se. It's smooth and well filigreed and designed well, and you can tell that it's nothing like anything the Azatsarai have ever made. It's not like anything that you've been taught to make from the artificers. It looks and seems to function much differently, and it confounds you. The only bit of information that you know based on where you found it is that it's elven in nature, and maybe elves would be able to help you fix it.
you know, Jackson is a half elf, so maybe he could help us fix it.
Who knows?
Lillian and Leo are half elves
That's also true.
when they get here. Trying to think who else we met. Okay. Sorry, Den, did you have anything else?
That was my last planned pre-attack, unless there's something or retcon move, unless you guys are thinking of something I'm missing.
I don't have anything for retcon.
We were trying to assemble the Avengers. We were trying to magicify some stuff, and we were trying to fix the eagle whistle.
Oh, Lord Sonara is a half elf. Ask her.
So are we fast forwarding to this moment in time? Or are we staying?
No, I thought Sonara was with us right now. I
She
thought
was.
she's in the same room with us.
She is. I'm just making sure.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry.
I've been working on this all week.
I'm on it. We're about this. Let's crush this guy. So
Okay,
you-
yeah. Ask
Rowena's
Sonara, and then I have-
revenge.
well, I mean, magical, arcane things aren't my forte. But you know, my mom used to say that the elves on Hasp, were still really strong in the old ways, and they believed in the old elven gods and the Saldarine. So I certainly couldn't fix this, but it's possible that they could. So go to Hasp, I guess.
Okay. To quote my cousin Vinny, I got no more use for this guy. All right. I have two very self-serving Rowena things. First,
Totes.
we don't have to do this, but Dad, did we want to do the graveyard thing? I don't know how much time that'll take.
Yeah, I think that'll take too much time.
Okay.
Okay, but I definitely want to know what the graveyard thing was. That sounds interesting.
Reanimate my father to get him to scare Jackson.
Whoa, okay. I mean, you can certainly try it, but you'd have to go all the way back to the city of the dead.
No, I'm good. And his spell, with that spell, all he can do is say, like 3 words at a time? So.
Yeah, I mean, if it was you, speak to dead, sure, yeah.
I just wanted my dad to scare Jackson and make him reevaluate his life.
Sure.
Okay, so moving on. Question for the DM. Just to confirm, Jackson is at my house, which is now his house, right?
At this point, it seems to be yes.
Okay. May I roll a perception or history check about back ways or sneaky ways into the house?
Yes. Roll a history check at advantage.
Okay. Whew. Oh!
Okay. So you do know that maybe there's no sneaky ways into the house necessarily, but there is a well on the northern side of the house that does it does have an offshoot at the bottom of the well, kind of meant as like a service tunnel that can get you directly to the basement cellar area of it.
Not bad. Who we can get.
Okay, good. I'm putting this in the chat. And also, may I, Ivo, may I please borrow your Eyes of the Eagle?
We might have had a
He's muted right now. But, well, when we breach the house, I would like to use that.
Yes.
I don't.
I'm back. Yeah.
Okay,
Whenever
cool.
you want it.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ivo. I don't suppose, DM, we have a way of verifying whether Sinest and Cora Stormwind are there without actually going there, right?
No, the last time you were there, though, you did see them. When you guys tried to sneak in with Bettany the first time.
Okay. All right, that's all I have for my... And you guys, if you have anything else you want to do.
I'm out as well.
I think we're ready.
All right.
Let's fucking go, guys.
So ready.
Let's do this. So we'll shoot right back up to today. Someone do like a little... we're back in the Castle Wadep outside the city. Not very much. Like you can see the realm of the first wave raised just a bit outside the window. It is pandemonium outside, and Gavin Bacchus looks at all of you and says, "You need to go now. End this."
Ready.
That's what our
Rowena,
plan is. We're going.
We're going.
All right, so you guys start leaving. Right away, you can see that the atmosphere here has dramatically changed. One, going outside, you came into this place relatively early in the day. It still seems dark outside. You can tell it's not from the clouds. The color of the sky just around you seems shades darker. It's weird. It's still, there's light, but the shade and tone of the sky has dimmed quite a bit. The guards, now that were kind of lackadaisically protecting the castle because they basically weren't expecting that much resistance here because most of the fighting was happening in Castleton, have now really tried to create some type of safety. You can also see that there are other members of the citizenry trying to get to safe areas within the castle. The guards are kind of finding places for them to stay and hide. And as you are running through, out of the castle perimeter, getting more into the realm of the first raise, which kind of butts right up against the castle walls, it's a zoo. People are fleeing. They're trying desperately to get away from this area of the city. At least they're running in all directions. The guards that you can see, the few of them that you can see, are desperately trying to keep order and try to keep people calm and not running over each other. It's not working very well. They're clearly overwhelmed because most of their number was sent to aid in the battle at Castleton. So there is not a lot of organization to this. There's not a lot of people that would know what to do in these types of situations around. It seems that this might have been intentionally part of Jackson's plan somehow. That being said, Rowena knows right where to go. This is her childhood home. It's very easy for her to find this, which is why it was very easy to her to remember parts of, what parts of her house existed. So you do actually reach the Stormwind Estate without much trouble, just maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes of running after, just kind of zooming through the city, trying to get past people. But again, it's really, it's hard to not stop, but your focus keeps driving you. There are dead in the street. There are people that you can see. There are buildings that are destroyed. It's quite devastating, this attack that's happened. And as you approach, you can see Stormwind Estate just a bit off in the distance, not more than maybe 100 or so feet away. And one more just huge boom! Another pillar of energy slams right through, kind of into the center area. Rowena, you would know there's a bit of a courtyard here that's kind of at the center of the estate. Where you used to climb trees and go into the greenhouse that your mother kept. And just giant explosion, again, rocks. What troubles you as this last explosion happens is two things that you can see very clearly. One, Stormwind Estate, half of it is basically on fire. The top level is destroyed. It's rubble and open to the sky above. The roof is almost entirely gone. There's also this strange wind that just seems to be swirling around that get more and more violent as these pillars of energy seem to kind of ripple down. And they're pretty consistent now. After that big explosion, it's doo, doo, doo. It's almost like this huge drill of energy kind of shooting through it. What's odd, also odd, is while there is devastation around, it doesn't seem to have shaken the foundation of the building. The building is destroyed, there's damage around it, but for the most part, the center of the building seems to still be intact, where that courtyard to be, so to speak. The other thing that you see, though, that is even more troubling is as that last pulse of energy kind of shot out, it kind of came to a bit of a quiet sunwell, and no more of those energy blasts followed it. You saw a body fly out from kind of the front area entrance into the street. You recognize this body. It is a dark-skinned female woman with curly hair and tattoos, and she is lying broken in the street. As you rush over to approach who you fear it and hope it not to be, your fears are concerned as you see Varen Sim chasing after this body, trying to hold it. He runs her, he picks her up. It is indeed Bettany Sim that he's holding in his arms. She is not breathing. He is looking at you. She is very badly damaged and bloodied. She doesn't seem to be breathing or responsive. The wounds that she suffered are terrible burns. She doesn't seem to be... she's not just unconscious. She's almost certainly dead at this point. As your...
Zuna steps in and... Can Zuna step in and try to cure wounds really fast?
Roll a medicine check. She's dead. You can see this without question. She is dead. So you see Varen, he's holding her. As you approach, he is screaming at you. And he looks directly at all of you and says, "What have you done? You called her here. You knew that she would be here." And he's fighting back sobs and tears as he sees this happening. You all start to approach a bit more as this is happening, and he kind of is sobbing and screaming. And now that you've got this sense and you're closer to the building, you're basically right on the edge of the entrance to this building, which is typically surrounded by like a stone and metal fence that you can kind of see through a bit. It's a very odd feeling right now as you're pausing to see the sight of your dead friend in the arms of your dead friend who is her father. The building is burning. It's this loud cacophony of just like wood popping and fire happening. But you also hear in these hushed tones this language that you've heard before and you recognize is abyssal, is this demon language, but none of you speak it. You can't make it out, but you do hear just this palpable hush that's just everywhere with no voice, just this. It's almost as if it's a chant, just repeatedly. What would you like to do, friends?
Do we see
Anyone make out
any source of that?
Yeah, can you-
I would like to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Is comprehend languages for you a ritual spell, or is it like an action? If it's a ritual spell, it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Done.
Okay. So you're there trying to cast the spell. As you're trying to focus over the like weeping of Ver and Sim, you don't have long to really assess what's happening. Moments later, maybe just another 10, 15 seconds roll by, and you see figures starting to come out of the main entrance door, and they are charging at you. What's odd is they don't seem to be affected by any of the damage. They don't seem to have been damaged in any way. They seem like they were new on the scene in a way. It's odd how they were kind of running through. You would expect anyone in that building would be annihilated from these pulses and these energy beams flying out. As they kind of get through and they're silhouetted, what's even more concerning is they seem to be made up of different species body parts. One has the head of a snake. The other one is definitely humanoid. It's got a human face, a human body, human legs, but its hands are actually these snake heads that are coming out snapping at you. And I need everyone to roll initiative, friends. Your comprehend languages spell, I'm imagining you're stopping since it's going to take 10 minutes and you're in combat.
Oh,
You win, Nate.
Let's see. Insert. All right. Let me just get your map set up here, and then we'll get you rolling. Zunis,
I'm scared.
Zunis, it seemed like you approached Varen and Bettany first, so I'm going to have you up at the front. Everyone else can kind of figure out what you want to do here. Start charging through. All right, Dent got an 18. Thad got a 6. Ivo got an 11. Rowena got a 4. And Zunis got a 3. Alrighty, friends. So first up, looks like it's going to be Dent. Dent, like I said, you do kind of, if you think of like on, let me show the map so you can actually see what you're looking at. My fault. Present. So if you're looking on the map right now, you're facing into the open doorway into Stormwind Estate. And you can see these snake creatures starting to come out. It looks as though there's 2 of them there currently. What would you like to do, friend?
What do you say we start with? I'd like to cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
At first.
Let's just double check one quick thing. So Thunderwave is a 15-foot range centered on yourself. So you'd have to get closer to them. You can, if you want to run up in this range, you can get them both.
I want to run up in the range of both, correct?
Okay. And then we're going to do Thunderwave. That'll hit both, we'll just say. It's a 15-foot cube. That wouldn't hit any of your friends from what I can see. So what is it? A con save? Con 14? Yeah, con 14. Let's see if they fail. First one is going to be the one in front of you. That one fails. And the second one also fails. Go ahead and roll damage.
Does it matter if I roll damage if both hits fail?
No, so they failed. So they're going to take full damage.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like you got 6 points of damage on the top one, and 6 points of damage on the top one. Well, you only have to roll it once because it's an area of effect. So both of them are going to take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So you just kind of like run in there real quick, trying to get around, and just suddenly take your tools that you use to usually create magical items, and you just crack it right on the metal palm of your hand, and you hear this huge wave of thunder energy kind of shout out from you. They stumble kind of backwards a little bit, but they don't seem to be too badly affected by it. They look at you now, ready for more. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, man, we're gonna use this Eldritch Cannon. We got ready to go.
Okay. So that's where I want to just double check one quick thing for you, then. So that's the part you are forgetting. You got to use an action to put it down, and it's a bonus action to fire it. So your action.
So I apologize. I thought I prepped the cannons before the fight.
Oh, beforehand. How long does it last then? I don't think it stays with you that long. Let me check.
I thought it was an hour.
Oh, you're saying that you did it before you left the castle.
Right.
Totally. Okay, I will give it to you. Fair enough.
That's what I thought I did. If I'm mistaken, I can just take it the next.
We can retcon that. That's easy. If that was part of the game plan, I'm more for it.
I thought it was. So if not.
So let's do this then. Let's find you a cannon, shall we?
Shall we? And these people group. Let me pose this to the group. We're assuming these people are Jackson's minions, right? They do his bidding.
Yes, but I'm just not sure if they're demons or not.
They seem like they're undead constructs. Of dead flesh.
They don't seem to be undead. These are things that you would recognize. These are definitely the snake people of some type, maybe more robust than the typical Yuan-Ti you've run into before. But you've run into snake people before. They've just never been this snake-like.
Didn't you say they had
like hybrid
bits of other creatures stitched onto them, like snakes for hands?
That's true. Yes. But it seems like it's part of their makeup.
Oh, okay.
But they're still
Got you. It's not physically like snakes.
Let me even help you here. You're looking at something like that. You see that picture?
Very Egyptian.
Yeah.
That snake man is ripped.
It is.
I was gonna say very.
It's all fillers. Where do you want your Eldritch Cannon to go, friend? It's gonna be this flout of flame, this spout of flame I've got down here.
I would like it to go. Because I'm in between them. Is that the issue?
You can put it. You can like if it was rolling around with you, it would be around here. But you can have it like move up a bit or stay somewhere if you want it somewhere specific.
Because it just let's put it, I guess, fucking A. I mean, like around the snake man, right? Like, let's get it maybe. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I would say you could probably get it like in here with you, or you could have it outside, kind of at the door.
Right, because it's on its own. Will it block the other people from coming up and fighting?
No.
Like, will they? No.
I would say if you put it right in the doorway, yes. But if you have it like a little outside or like inside, no. If there's a way to move around it, then yes. But if you put it right in the doorway,
So correct me if I'm wrong, but essentially, if I have it like right outside the door, it's gonna force them. It's gonna force the bad guys to have to go around it in order to attack the rest of our friends. But the rest of our friends will also have to go around it in order to attack the bad guys.
Correct.
And I can't just have it like currently facing one of the dudes so that it's currently attacking him.
If you want it here, you could.
I want it right there, and I want it. Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what I want. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, that door is open, so you can blast away if you'd like.
Blast away, please.
Alrighty, can you do me a favor then? And on your actions page, what is it to hit? It's a 14 dex to avoid. So let's see if he avoids damage. You're doing the which style cannon did you do? Just the Eldritch one? Just like the I'm gonna shoot basically a force cannonball at you?
Yes.
Takes 14.
Is that Force Bastilla that you're talking about, or Flamethrower?
Force Bastilla, yeah.
Yeah. Because we're assuming these are Jackson's henchmen, right? And therefore there's sort of a fire immunity there.
Well, that's what you're assuming.
Yeah.
But that's the one you did, so let's see how they do. Let's see. So he rolled a 17. I just want to see if it's going to do half damage or not.
Fucking A, he rolled a 17.
Eldritch Cannon. Good. Okay, for now, I'm going to say he was able to avoid damage from that. If I find it, I'll change it and add the half, but I don't think he takes half damage on a success. So that will then be, end your turn and go to Ivo, I think. Yeah, Ivo, you
Okay. Can I first of all take a look around with my eyes of eagle? So there's a lot going on. Can I take a look around to see if I perceive maybe through the smoke of the fire burning on the right there, or even further into the building? Can kind of perceive anything of a enemy who's forthcoming, anything like that?
roll a perception check for me. Yeah, not much. It's really hard to hear over this, like, this just undercurrent of, like, this abyssal chant that just seems to, like, be at the back of your brain, no matter where you look or what you do. The fire is large, and, if you've ever been this close to a huge fire, it's not quiet. It's just this huge noise that's just filling your eyes and making it very hard to focus. Right now, all you can make out are these two figures seemingly fighting you right in front of you.
Gotcha. All right. It was worth a shot. Can I then? I'm gonna go ahead and do a little battling. Let's see. Can I? Oh, I'll move myself. Actually, yeah. There we go. So, am I affected by dense cannon fire at all, or is that only for the enemy?
It's not like a friendly fire situation. If you stand right in front of it, though, or block its angle, it would basically count as cover for the enemy, making it harder to hit. In this case,
Gotcha.
I will say, just to rewind just a little bit, I was wrong earlier on the type of attack for the Force Bastille. It is a roll to hit. I did do that for you, and it did hit. So it actually is going to take 15 points of damage from your cannon for that first one. Just a heads up. But Ivo, feel free to continue.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and I just moved right next to I think that's A1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my Shadow Spike to him.
All right, go for it. Roll to hit, friend.
Here we go. Nice.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, 10 points. All right, 10 points. Shatter spike damage. All right, as he kind of like leans back into you. He's still standing. This dude doesn't seem, he's bleeding but not phased. As he kind of back at you. This one has the head of a snake. The one in the back has like the hands of the hands that are snake heads.
Gotcha. Okay, and then that's all. That's my turn.
You don't want to take your extra attack?
Oh, I thought I could do. Yeah, I guess I will. I honestly thought I could if I thought if I hit on the first. I didn't.
You can always do it. Yeah.
If I,
that's the magic of fighters. Then you get like attack pretty soon.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was. I can remember if I could do it after I made a hit. So yeah, I would definitely. Let's do it again. Run it back.
Yeah, roll to hit. All right, that one's gonna miss.
All right. Well, we had a good run.
Actually, hold on one second. That one hit. Sorry, I saw the wrong roll. That one does hit.
Oh, perfect. Okay. That's some damage.
That's all right. A little extra on top.
A little extra. Yeah.
He's starting to feel it. We'll say he's starting to feel it. All right. Ivo, anything else on your turn? Are you happy there?
I am happy. Very satisfied.
That brings us back to you, sir.
Down some sacred flame upon A1.
Alrighty.
Dex 14 save.
Dex 14 save. He rolled a 20. Sorry, sir, that fails.
That will fail. I'm gonna go ahead then and I'll kind of stay put where I am for now.
Okay.
But kind of watch the sides of the house for sure to see if anyone moves to get around us at all.
Totally. So that'll bring us to this Yuan-Ti weird hybrid creature as he kind of like snaps his like snake head hands at you, Dent, and he's gonna go in on you. First thing he's gonna do is, let's see, what are we gonna do with it here? Yeah, he's going to try and bite you with one of his handy hands a couple of times there. So first one, Dent, is... Dent, what's your armor class? You rolled a 16. That does hit you. And then he's going to hit you again. This time he's going to kind of pull out a sword with the mouth of his snake hand. That one will also hit you. So in total, you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage from his weapons. You are also going to take, though, 7 points of poison damage. But I think you might be immune to poison damage.
I have defense against poison, yeah.
Perfect. So you are actually then only going to take 6 plus 5 points of damage.
So 11?
Mm-hmm. Whatever that math is, you know. That'll end its turn. And that'll bring us to Rowena.
Oh, Yuan-Ti fiends, technically?
Say that again. Are they fiends? No.
Okay. All right, there goes that idea. I would just like to take the infused rapier and attack them, and I also want to have the eyes of the eagle on my head, unless that would impede my regular vision.
Nope. Okay, you got that. Cool.
Okay, so I'll attack. Can I get around safely to A1?
I will say you can get here, because right now... no, I'll say you can get... Yeah, you can probably get in there. That's going to completely block off that space for right now, though. No one else would be able to get into the building until someone else moves, but you could get there, I'd say.
Okay. Then I'd like to stab at A1 with the infused rapier.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll to hit. And because he's engaged, remember to add your sneak attack bonus. You also roll at advantage here. So.
Okay. I rolled the hit at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that worked. Okay. So, and then not bad.
Yeah, nice job.
Okay, and that damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, and then add your
Okay,
sneak
and
attack
then the
as well.
sneak attack.
Nice.
Okay, 17.
All right, so you kind of like get through and you use your grace and acrobatics, kind of pop through against your friends, and as you kind of land on your right foot, you just right through the chest with this rapier. It does go in deep, and you're starting to see him kind of grimace and kind of hold the rapier as you have it kind of in him, and you pull it back out. He winces in pain. It's still alive, but it is definitely weakened at this point.
Okay, great. And also, I had one question.
Yeah.
Do I have to flag up now? What's that thing I always forget to do? Do I have to flag up now? I want to do the uncanny dodge, or only if I'm hit?
Only when you're hit, when you take damage.
Okay. Then I'm good for this turn.
All right. Zunis, it brings us to you, friend.
Zunis wants to finish off A1 with his greatsword.
All right. So Zunis, I will say you can get in front of the cannon. You're able to get in front of it, but the cannon won't have a shot on it. Just a heads up for Dent to know that later. But go ahead and roll to hit with your greatsword, and remember, you also on your class get an extra attack, so you can swing twice at this dude.
Just to double check with Rowena as well. Are you talking about disengaging? I don't remember if you have disengage as a bonus action.
That's true.
I don't think I do I?
You do, yeah. As
a
rogue,
I do?
Yeah, as a rogue, you get a cunning action, which lets you disengage, dodge, or dash as a bonus action instead of a full action. So you can use it basically after every hit to like back up, get out of combat range, go somewhere else without drawing an attack. Or you can use your bonus action to like swing again with your dagger or something else if you'd like.
Gotcha. Thad, would you like me to disengage and get out of the way?
Do whatever you feel. I remember that you've like thought of that and used it in the past. I wasn't sure if that was what you meant.
No, I think it was inadvertent whenever I did it in the past, but and am I allowed to retcon that or not?
No, it's okay. It's up to
already
you. Do you
gone.
want to move somewhere else? I'll let you.
Yeah, I'll back up a little bit, kind of towards the right, so I get out of the way of anybody. Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm good.
All right, Zunis, if you would like, you can roll your attack.
Gotcha. Or you mean roll my greatsword again? Because I did not roll that one.
The first one actually does hit. You guys they're pretty
So
big
roll
targets,
damage.
and they're not wearing armor, so they're not hard to land a blow on. So go ahead and roll your attack.
They're naked snake people.
Naked. Alrighty. So 8 points of damage. He's still standing, but he kind of falls to a knee, and his like snake head looks up at you, emotionless, but seemingly still ready to fight, even if this is the case. And remember, you do get 2 attacks per action. So if you'd like to swing again with your greatsword, you can.
Fuck yeah, let's finish this little motherfucker off. Also, I've been waiting for this moment. Hey Jude. Okay, that's all. I'm sure that's happened a billion times, and it's gonna happen for the rest of Jude's life.
Every time he shows up.
Wanted to be the first one to do it here.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
I'm rolling my greatsword again.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. Yeah, that also hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Awesome. All right, yeah, you kind of lay down both hands just right through this dude, lop off his snake-like head. He is dead. All right, and Zunis' turn. Dent, what would you like to do?
First, DND.
Let's. Oh boy, we need to not fuck up like we did last time. I'll tell you. Let's start there. Let's hit him with a thunder wave.
All right, so you're going to do Thunder Wave again. Let's see if they can avoid it. Con. He does fail one more time. You can go ahead and roll damage from Thunder Wave. Nice. All right, so this time now that you've kind of gotten into it, you really crack that hammer one more time. This one almost like flies him back a bit as well. You notice this much kind of flings him out, and he does fly back about 10 feet as well. All right, Dan, what else would you like to do on your turn?
Can I move that Eldritch Cannon up to kind of be facing him again?
Yeah, I'll say your team can kind of get out of the way so you can get him into the building. Do you want to move him closer in, or do you want to leave him blocking the door?
I want it closer in, yeah, so it's facing him, basically. I don't need to block the door, it's just him.
Okay. All right. So this is actually a roll to hit. So I have to get it up for you, but for right now, can you do me a favor and roll a d20 plus 7?
Do I just hit that bottom left corner die?
Yep. And then just do the top one, and we'll just add 20 to that number. Or 7 to that number, sorry.
I see.
So 14, that actually does hit, so you can go ahead and roll damage from your cannon now.
Nice.
Which I think is 2d8 on that one. Might be wrong, I gotta look at it again.
Is there like a cannon button I can click like in equipment or something, or do I need to just do it manually?
I would say do it manually for right now. I have to add it for you. The flamethrower is there, but not the one for the ballista. I have to add that.
Okay. We got a
Okay, roll one more time.
5.
Should get 2 of those.
And an 8.
Nice, 13 points of damage. All right, big hit on this guy as he kind of stumbles back. He kind of like falls to a knee a little bit, uses one of his little snake hands to like push himself back up. But he is still standing and looking to kind of get revenge on that hit as well. All right, that'll end Dent's turn. Bring us back to Ivo, friend.
All right. Let's keep on going after this guy. Let's see if I can go in.
Finish him.
So I'll make it right up to him, and I'll go at him with my Shatter Spike.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll to hit. One thing that I might suggest too, if you do plan on using both attacks, just roll your hits together. So one hit, and then if either of them does damage, we'll just add the damage after.
Oh, okay, so I'll go again. So that's both hits.
So first
one is better than the other.
That's okay. They both do hit. You can go ahead and roll damage if you'd like.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like I said, these guys are not hard targets to hit anyway. 9.
So 2 damages, right?
Yep. All right. Yeah, 19 points of damage. As you kind of slab into him.
Oh yeah.
Just this is still standing. He's bleeding profusely though. He is almost gone. He's it's weird, like his like face, his like human face is staring at you intensely, but his like snake hands seem to be droopy and kind of starting to slosh all over the place. They're not really hissing anymore. That'll bring us, unless you have a bonus action or anything you want to do, Ivo, that'll bring us to Thad.
Nope, good.
All right, awesome. Thad, is your turn. And then also, Dent, just so you know, if you refresh your screen, you should see the Eldritch Cannon, the Force Ballista is added to your bonus actions now.
Oh, nice.
All right, Thad, I see the movement. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna move in a little bit further.
Okay.
So I can get a nice bit of line of sight on this guy. And let's hit him with We'll go for the same. We're gonna do a Sacred Flame.
All right.
Dex 14.
Dex 14 for you on T character here. Let's see how we do. He rolled a 5. You get that.
Woo!
Roll your damage, sir.
Rolling some radiant damage. 8 points.
Awesome. So you kind of call on Helm a little bit more devoutly on the second one, and you come in and you say, "End this," and just this beam of radiant energy flies out of you and into this creature. He does die as he burns from the radiant light eviscerating his body. All right, both you on T's.
Sometimes you just gotta warm up the powers, you know?
Both you on T's are dead. You are now inside the building for the most part. You can kind of get a better sense of what's in here. There is, a pretty, I wouldn't say like a thick layer of smoke, but smoke is starting to come in from the right side of the building. There's also a lot of heat coming from that area where you can kind of feel the flames starting to catch a little bit more and more. It's not necessarily burning down, but there is a big portion of the building that is on fire, which is a concern. Being inside your home, which you haven't been in several years, Rowena, is triggering in a lot of different ways. All of the memories of your father being killed are coming back to you. Fleeing in the night, trying to escape madly, is coming back to you. Your childhood memories are also layered on top of it. You enter into this kind of entrance foyer, seeing some of the statues that your father had requisitioned of old family members, or old family members had requisitioned. It's a hard feeling to kind of explain. On top of that, the area around you is pretty heavily damaged. The normal space that you would go to, kind of maybe get into the rest of the building in front of you, is open, but you can see it's just filled with rubble and pretty much impassable. To the right, there is a door that is closed. It normally leads into a bit of a sitting area, and to kind of get into the eastern wing of the building, although that's where the fire seems to be focused, so you're not sure if that's the place to go. To the left is a very formal dining room that you know, but the door is currently closed, so you don't know what's in there. Can I have everyone in this space, though, roll a perception check for me?
Oh.
DM, remind me what control it is to select like the right click to select to do advantage for me.
Are you on the website on an iPad or on a computer?
iPad or a Mac.
A Mac. So if you go to where it says perception, just right click on the number for the bonus and then choose advantage or disadvantage.
Boom. Control. Okay. There we go.
But remember, you gave your Eyes of the Eagle to Rowena, so you don't have advantage.
Oh, that's right.
But Rowena would get advantage.
Wait, yeah, so she gets advantage. So I'm gonna roll again. Ignore mine. I'm gonna roll again.
Although I will say actually for this case, don't roll at advantage. Any of you.
Who, me or Rowena?
No one. This is a specific thing I want to see if you notice.
Is there a chance that I can take my passive perception on this because I have the observant feat?
Yes, I would allow it.
Okay.
So Nate, count this last one, even though it's shitty, but that's my true roll.
No worries. Okay. What is your passive perception again, Thad?
18.
Okay, perfect. So for the last one. So for Dent and for Thad, you can hear this very easy piano music somewhere in the house on the left side of the building, let's say. You're not sure if it's coming from the room directly adjacent to you, the door that's kind of to the left, but you do hear it, and it's a weird juxtaposition next to the screams coming from the city behind you, next to the building burning down, and again this just undertone of this abyssal demonic chant that just seems to be at this low register but quiet volume throughout everything else. Rowena, you don't hear that though, so kind of up to the rest of the players on how they want to handle that.
Interesting.
Actually, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Rowena, what did you roll for your perception check? A 20? Did I miss that? Or is it something else? No, yeah, you hear this. I'm sorry, my fault. You hear this piano music. You know that your mother played piano.
20.
Yeah. So you would remember that your mother, Cora, played piano.
Okay. Well, I'd like to find where it's coming from. May I pan around with the eyes of the eagle and see if I see anything?
Nothing that you see, but you would have some understanding of the layout of your house, and that there is like a music room or a lounge area.
Okay.
Kind of like through this formal dining room and then back up. In the top, let's say left corner of the house, there is like a lounge room with a piano and an organ. And then I think either me or you are lagging a little bit. Does it look like I'm super slow? I just want to double check.
Team, I'd like to try and open this door on our left to the formal dining room. Oh,
Nate, I'm getting you, I think, in real time. I might be getting a delay from Anna, but I'm not sure.
I mean, everybody sounds
me.
a little slow. I guess you
Anna,
sound
if
a
you
little
want, you
slow
can
to
come
me.
back out here, and then I could just be on mute.
Anna's voice is weird too.
Yeah, it's probably me. I can. You'll just mute?
Yeah.
Mute? Hold on.
There we go,
Yeah,
the
Matt,
classic.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes, I think so.
I think so.
I'm closer to the router now.
Yeah. So
okay.
you want to go into that left
I would
left
like
side
to,
door?
team. I would like to investigate through the door that leads to the dining room, if that's all right. But I hope that doesn't adversely affect the plan.
Hey, I
Yeah.
feel like anything we do is going to be fairly adverse if we're trying not to get into a fight. May as well go for it.
Yes, I would. Can you tell what my 30 is?
Yeah. So you do end up inside this dining room, and it seems definitely disheveled. Like some of the chairs and tables and things are broken.
Okay. Yes,
and
I would like to
smashed.
do that.
It's empty. There are some like dead servants in here, though. None of them look familiar. They look like they might have been hired after Jackson took over, let's say. You don't recognize any of them, but there are some dead bodies in here. The door leading up to the music room is also closed, but as you enter, the music does seem to be louder as you approach this doorway up to the top portion of it.
Rowena, can you briefly remind us about your mother? Is she
May I investigate
Jackson?
in the? Yeah.
You're muted, Zunus.
Oh, there's.
Anna's delayed about
Am I
5-10
speaking now?
seconds.
Yeah.
So I hear her talk, and then maybe you should just use my computer, and I'll like kind of passively play it.
You guys have an Ethernet capable computer?
Might just
What's
be
up?
Discord if you want to pop out and pop back in.
Yeah, just refresh Discord maybe.
Yeah, let me do that.
Oh wait, I can.
We imbued her with like so much magic and power.
He said they imbued you with too much magic and power. You could be on mute, and then we could just have mine.
I know, but there's kind of a lag to that. That I have to show.
Like I take my headphones out. They're so
Yeah.
close.
I hate that this is happening.
Hey, it's all right. We're not even near the end yet. Don't worry. We got time.
There's an end?
An end to what?
He said we're not even near the end yet. I don't think there's an end to any of this.
Well,
Any luck? Bernie, is that ravioli?
Chicken and carrots.
Uh,
It's a solid dinner.
impressive. Yeah.
Frank just brought it to us. It was great. Cashed in on a lot of, oh, you're having a kid. Let's pay for a meal for you. That was nice.
Funny.
That's my standard gift when I know somebody's having a kid. I'm just like, I will get you a meal.
Makes you want to have a kid.
Okay, any good?
So,
Any
I was gonna say
lagging?
most if you have an incentive.
I don't think you're lagging as much, but I think if you're still in that same room, you might have a little echo.
Oh, I can mute.
Let's really talk trash about Mo now.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry about that. First of all, I hate that this is happening now of all times. Thad, you asked me to tell you about my mother. There's not much to say. You know that my father had a thing with Raywena from the antiquities shop before he met Cora, my mother. So perhaps Raywena was his first great love. But my mother was a good woman, but very quiet and shy and polished, and she cared deeply about keeping up appearances, which of course is difficult when your patriarch is flowing through the family fortune in his misbegotten adventures. So I think that was difficult for her. And then, obviously, based on what I saw the last time we were here, she may have taken up with Jackson, which is particularly encouraging. But I loved her, and she loved me.
That's comprehensive and unfortunate. Thad will accompany Rowena into the
Probably
room.
go push through to the musical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just double check if it's not me. It might be me because I'm hosting. I'm gonna log out and log back in and just double check. I'll be right back. Video voice. Let's just double check. Let's see if we can get that solved. Burp. And burp. All right, let's see how we do now. All right. Let's see. I'm getting a little bit of echo on some ones. I think that's a little better. I see you a little faster than that one, so I think we're okay. So we were talking a little bit about Rowena's mother with Thad. Thad, any other questions in that level?
Nope. All good.
All right. And then Rowena, you said you wanted to open that door that's kind of leading upwards and go into the music room, or do you want to stay and do anything else or go a different way? Oh, you're muted.
I'd like to investigate around the dining room.
Okay. Roll a perception check if you're just trying to look around. If you're trying to like move things, roll an investigation check for me.
I'll do investigation.
Go for it. Cool. All right. Yeah, you see quite a bit in here. The servants, oddly enough, as you kind of look, they seem to have been killed purposely. There's not like bludgeoning damage, so to speak. You do see wounds on them. You see that they also seem to have been dead for a while. There's also no other damage in this room. It's not like a building collapsed or anything like flung on them or hit them. They were killed with intention.
And sorry, you said it was bludgeoning or it wasn't bludgeoning?
It wasn't. It looks like they were stabbed or cut or something.
It's his MO. Okay, well, I can't say I'm shocked he would have killed them. Alright. Where are the others coming with us, or are they staying behind?
It's up to the others.
Oh, yeah. To the group. What do you think, Zoom?
Where are you going?
Okay, well, let's just be very careful and can I use the eyes of the eagle to peek through this wall into the music room?
Well, so the eyes of the eagle don't let you see through walls. They just give you advantage on perception checks.
Oh. What was I using the one time when we came here and I looked at my mother and sister?
You were just looking in through a window.
Oh. Okay. Anyway,
A magic window.
I just called it to the X-ray vision thing in the group chat. All right, let's continue on to the music room.
Okay. So hold on one second. I'm just gonna set up a couple of things here. Where are you? Let me do what I want. Thank you. That's alright. I guess I'll just leave that for now. All right. So you open the door to the music room. And inside, as you open the door and kind of like swing it open, in a way you're kind of opening slowly, not knowing what you're going to see. As you open the door, the music of this piano gets louder and louder and louder. And you can tell that at the far end of the room, as expected, is this huge piano. And seated at it, facing away from you, is a woman that looks to be the figure and form of your mother. Concerningly, though, there are two figures standing beside her. One facing her with a hand on her shoulder, the other facing you. These creatures, much like the UNT you've seen before, seem to be snake people. But these seem to be almost entirely snakes. In fact, I'll show you what you're looking at.
I was gonna say we better have a picture of you.
I think that might make it easier. Let's see.
If these almost entirely snakes aren't ripped top to bottom, Nate, we're gonna have a problem.
That seems fair. I feel that one. All right, you are seeing something a little like this.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
that's a rip snake.
So one is facing away from you, kind of hand standing beside and behind your who you believe to be your mother, hand on its shoulder, and it's like hissing. You can see its tongue. He's kind of just bent forward just a little bit. He's hissing. You can see its tongue, maybe not quite touching your mother's like side of her head, but it's close to it. It's like right outside of that. And the other one is facing you, and as you enter the room, he doesn't immediately make hostile moves towards you, but you can't get a read on this expression of what he's intending seeing you enter.
Can I tell if they're speaking any sort of language?
Let's find out. No, you cannot understand what they're saying.
Okay. I'd like to call out to my mother.
What are you saying?
Mama, it's me, Rowena.
Oh, hi, dear. It's been a while since we've seen you. Come, your father and I were just playing some of our favorite songs.
Oh no, this is what it's like. Where do you think I've been, Mother? What do you think is going on right now?
What do you mean? Nothing's going on right now. We're just enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
I can't say that it is. Mama, my father's been dead for several years.
Rowena Stormwind, young lady, we will not have you spread these lies. Your father is right here beside me. What do you mean?
Oh, Mama, you're not well.
I am very well, and I do not appreciate your tone. And if you do this again, I will remove your dinner once more for that week, just like I did when you were 5. Now stop this nonsense and come here.
Mama, what's the last thing you remember?
Last thing I remember, what? I'm sitting here as if I normally do.
I don't think there's any hope for her. And I certainly don't have anything magical that could help her.
Hmm, I'm going to say to Rowena, I might be able to help her, but it could get ugly quickly as well. If she's charmed by some sort of, spell, and we break it, she might be very confused and potentially agitated and/or dangerous. Do you want me
Right.
to try that?
I suppose I don't know. Maybe it's better to leave her as she is because if she thinks my father's still alive, it's not like she's in an alliance with Jackson. I'm just worried about her physical safety with these snake things. I also do have the Medallion of Thoughts. I could read her thoughts, but I suspect they'll be very similar to what she just said.
Do you need to touch her to do that, or can you just do
No, I
that?
think I could just hold up the necklace. Is that correct?
Seems like a
to
pretty
you?
good
That's
option.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, you can try and use it for sure.
Okay.
Not a bad idea to try and know what's going on inside her. Something is not right on the outside.
I think some of us would like that with our real world mothers. Am I right?
My mom watches this stream.
Oh no!
Stop it.
You do try to get a sense of it, and you get these weird flashes. It's a hard explanation. It's almost like you're reading a story or you're reading something in an article, and like all of a sudden someone grabs the paper and rips it. And so like for a bit, it's a little bit of like seeing Jackson's face, these feelings of fear, unsure, and then rip. It's something completely different. It's your father. Things are good. It's almost idyllic. You're enjoying the day. And then another tear, and then it's your sister, and she seems to be like being pulled away by these creatures, unsure where they're taking them. Another rip, and then it's back to like, oh, I'm gonna play piano. Things are awesome. It's a very weird amalgamation of thoughts.
All right. That I told myself I would do this right, so I suppose you had better try and break the spell on her if you can do so safely. But I suspect we'll have to defeat these snake creatures in order for that to happen.
Yes, that's true. Perhaps we should defeat the snake creatures first, and then worry about spells. I had hoped to be able to save a spell that might help her to help all of us in a pinch.
Oh yes.
But
Well,
if you feel that I should use it now, I can.
No.
As you guys are having this conversation, one of the snake creatures takes another step towards you. Doesn't start attacking, but it's a threatening posture that you seem to notice. And he not only steps towards you, he like steps in front of Cora and doesn't allow you to like really get a good look at her. He's creating a barrier between you and her.
Not that I don't want you to waste the spell if you had intended to use it for all of us. I think that we should defeat these snake creatures, and then hopefully we can take my mother with us safely, although she might be a bit confused. Let's do what we have to defeat these creatures.
It's battle time, guys.
You guys start to charge into the room. I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Did you say Dent got 11?
Thad got 11.
Zuna's got 11.
Not bad. Sorry.
Zuna's got 11 too, and then Dent got a 15.
Guns hot tonight, guys.
Let's go.
Fucking do this.
All right, so that's kind of the amalgamation of stuff. I'll say Thad, you probably started a little more because you were talking to them. It is the first one, the one that kind of stepped towards you, seeing you guys start to make a move. It's going to be his turn. The first thing that this creature is going to do is... Yeah, of course we're going to do this. That would make the most sense. All right. Rowena, I need you, as you see this creature kind of stare at you with its eyes, and you're kind of staring at it, you notice that his eyes, almost like these patterns with the shape, and then he kind of hisses this unknown language at you. I would need you to roll a... Let's see, what is the check there? Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yep.
So for a moment, you feel this weird, like, energy in your head. It's almost like the world's worst, like, sinus headache, as it just kind of compresses your head. And for a second, you can't really think straight, see straight, understand anything. You're looking at your friends, and you don't understand why they're there. You're lost. You don't know what way is up, what way is down. And a second later, you're able to kind of shake it off and recognize that this creature was somehow trying to put you under this mind control or madness spell. But you are able to succeed in kind of shaking it off. That will be the end of its turn, though, and that will bring it to Ivo.
Damn it! Sorry, my mute button not liking me tonight. Okay, let's do this. So I'll move myself. There we go. Actually, I'll go right here.
Okay.
And then take my good old Shadow Spike to Y1.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll. If you're going to use your extra attack again, just remember to roll twice for me. Awesome. Both of those hit.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll your damage then. That's weird. You rolled the same number twice. Is that good? So 12 points of damage to our first one. All right. Nice. A couple of big hits as you clink. He's still standing. This one seems even more powerful than the ones you faced before for whatever reason.
Cool. Do we know? So now that there's been like a couple actions that's happened, do we notice if Rowena's mother has changed at all, or just being like, has she noticed? Is she just playing the piano?
She's gone back to playing the piano. You actually have like this little medley kind of.
She's scoring the battle,
Correct.
basically.
Exactly, but it's a very odd, like upbeat kind of song. It doesn't seem somber or anything. It's a very odd score.
There's like lyrics in it, or
anything else on your turn?
No, I'm done.
All right, that'll bring us to the second one. This one now is going to step away from the mother a bit and just kind of get in front of her as well, also blocking it. This one is also going to kind of look at a few of you that are around it. And... seeing many of you approach. What's the range on that? Let's see. Okay. Suddenly in the space near the doorway, this shape appears. And it almost looks like a cube of like many different colors. And it kind of creates a bit of a block. So everyone in this space, I need everyone within that kind of purple zone. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw as well for me. Alrighty. Thad, you see these colors kind of flash before your eyes, and you're like, oh, trying to fight and look away from it. You're able to break the contact. Rowena, it hits you first, and you are suddenly hypnotized. You're stunned. You're charmed by this flashing of colors, and you're unable to move. You're unable to think straight. You are, by all considerations, incapacitated standing currently. That'll end its turn and bring us to Dent.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I still got that cannon active, right?
You do. I'll just say you kind of roll it
Cool.
in here with you.
Yeah, of course I did. I love that cannon. That cannon's like smoke to me, you know? The difference between people and animals. So I'm gonna that doorway. If I just walked into it, that would be within 120 feet of the Snake Man, would it not? Of Y1.
Yep, totally.
So let me walk into that doorway, and then let's hit him. Let's hit him with a good old-fashioned scorching ray. And if I'm not mistaken, because of sorry, go ahead.
So I just want to go. You're sending the cannon in there, or you're going in there?
Oh, no, that's me. That's me.
Okay.
Cannon will come later. Oh wait, but if I go in the doorway, what's up, buddy? If I go in the doorway, will the cannon not be able to go in? So I have to move out of the way.
Yeah, correct. Because it's kind of like a 5-foot door. You'd have to move out of the way and let it in.
Okay.
I want to know though, because you were going to do scorching ray. Did you want to walk in too, and get into range?
Well, that's what I was asking. Was if I was in the doorway, would I be?
Oh, I thought you meant the cannon. My fault. Yeah, I mean that's in range. It's going to have cover because of Rowena being in front of you.
Oh, the things. Oh, I see. Because we're going the logical. Okay, so let's throw the cannon in there first, and let's get it at an angle where it can be facing both of them, but not hitting Rowena.
Appreciate it.
How's that?
Happy. I think it's well, it's going slow on mine. It seems good.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now let me get in, and let me jump in as well. Again, not facing Rowena, but within range.
Okay.
I definitely want to be distant.
As you enter the doorway, you also walk into this wall of color. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
So I will not pass that test, my friend. Never have, never will.
You also are just stupefied by these lights and colors, and you can't make heads or tails of anything. You are also incapacitated, currently blocking the doorway, unable to move, think, act.
My cannon remains.
Your cannon doesn't have a thought of its own, though, but it does remain, yes.
The cannon doesn't just.
All right, that'll end Dead's turn.
Well, I would something in the doorway then, huh? How about that? How about that?
Did you want to make an attack first?
Wait, I can make an attack? I thought it was incapacitated.
No, I'm going back to Dead. Dead, did you want to make your cannon attack before you went in the room?
Yes, of course I did. That's why the cannon went in first.
Roll to hit with your cannon.
And I'm sorry, but is that under equipment now?
I put it in your bonus actions. So under your actions, scroll down to bonus actions.
Cool, thank you.
And that's that +3 for me.
Yep. I'm doing the hit first, right?
Yep.
Boom.
Nice. That does hit. You go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Nice. All right. So 15 points of damage. Let's also see if he's able to keep his concentration. Con. Where are you? Son of a bitch. All right. As you hit him with this cannon, he just stumbles back a little bit, and you notice this wall of color in front of you surrounding your friends disappears. If you would like to now enter the room, you may.
Yeah, this was always the plan.
Correct. Yeah, what a great choice.
Thank you.
And I'll say if you could get to this side and then get an angle on it without getting cover for him if you wanted to shoot at him.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
Some distance, and with that distance, we're gonna hit him with the classic scorching ray.
Nice. All right.
And
so
if I'm not mistaken,
oh,
sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
If I'm not mistaken, because of my magical imbuement doesn't this get like a +1 either on the attack or on the damage?
Yep. That +7 though is already including in that because I equipped your enhancement.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice. Okay.
What I again might suggest, same thing that I suggest for Ivo when he's got like multiple attacks. So Scorching Ray is 3 hits. Just hit +7 3 times. I'll see how many hit, and then we'll roll damage 3 times, or how many times are needed. Are you aiming all of them at Y1, or are you going to put some of them at Y2?
All at Y1.
Okay, cool. So that first one's a critical hit. So nice fucking job.
Oh, well then can I change midstream, or is it just it's too late for that?
I'll let you do it. It's all right. So let's do this.
No. I'm not here to Ben roll it.
All right. Whatever you need to do. So got an 18, 27, 2 hit. We want to roll that last one?
Why not? Damn, all my good rolls.
Nice. They all hit. So do me a favor. Roll your damage, your first one. So that 2d6. Let's see what you get. Nice. So 5 points of damage right off the top. On the second one, I want you to right click on where the damage is and then choose critical.
Sorry, ignore that one that I just did.
It's okay. Nice. 17 points on this next one. He's still standing, although you kind of see bits of his like snaky skin sloughing off, etc. And then you can roll damage on this last one, or you can choose to do the other creature if you'd like.
Nah, I'll roll damage on the last one. I'm confused. When you say critical hit, in my mind, that means that's what kills him.
Critical just means
but
you're
he's
gonna.
not dead?
No, you're critical. It means you rolled a natural 20 on your dice roll, and so basically you double the damage output of that particular hit.
Oh, got it. Okay, because that's why I was talking about splitting, was because I thought that meant that he would die on my first strike.
Yeah. No, good question. Yeah, critical just means you rolled the highest possible you could, and basically you get bonus damage for that. And then another 7 points. This dude's like stumbles to the ground as he gets these like huge gouts of flame flying at him. You can see parts of his skin now are charred. Half of his face is almost missing. He's only got one functioning eye. He took quite a bit of damage on that volley that you sent his way, Dent. That was your bonus action and your action, so I assume that's the end of your turn. Alrighty. That will bring us back to Rowena. Rowena, you were no longer hypnotized as Dent kind of pummeled him out of concentration. So what would you like to do on your turn?
Okay, great. I would like to rush at which one? The one that's closest to me, and take my rapier and hit it.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack with advantage and add your sneak attack bonus.
Good.
Nice. Also a natural 20, so well done.
Oh wait, I guess I can't really get higher than that. I was just.
You did great though. So what you're gonna do when you do your attack, you're gonna hit that critical bonus a couple times. So you're gonna get the critical hit on the main hit, and then you're gonna do critical hit on your sneak attack bonus as well. And the way to do it is just if you're on an iPad or a computer, you right click on that and then choose critical.
Okay.
And then let's see what you get.
There's for.
Nice. 8 points of
Wow.
damage.
Not that helpful.
Wait till you do your sneak attack. It will be more. I promise. It'll be a lot.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad.
All right. So you come flying through, kind of still a little bit dazed. Again, another kind of like 1, 2, 3 hop, jump forward with your rapier, and you just slam down through his last remaining eye, and kind of land on top of him with your rapier and pull it out in one move. You're now standing on top of him and facing the other, who now kind of makes moves towards you. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, as you have one dead UNT below you?
I would like to. Can I read the thoughts of the other one?
Well, you've already taken an action to attack, and the medallion requires another action.
Oh, okay. Then I would just like to. I'm good. I'm just gonna move a little bit to the left if I can, so that Ivo and I are kind of flanking the room.
Okay. Let's make sure he dies. Go away, you.
Yes.
So you want to go like this way?
Yeah.
Rowena's turn to bring us to Thad.
All right, I'm going to move into the room. Let's see. I think I need to be there. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. And I'll look to Rowena and say, look, it's about time for that spell. And then to the group say, everyone trust me as I enter your minds. I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on everyone within range.
Okay.
So I believe that excludes Zunis, but should get everybody else, including Rowena's mom.
Okay.
So everyone may choose to roll a charisma saving throw. You can actually fail it intentionally if you do. And if you fail it, I will suppress any effects of being charmed or frightened for the duration of the spell. So I recommend you trust me.
So I can just like, I can just roll and be like, I choose to ignore my roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess I don't know if that's how you would have them do it, Nate, if they have to roll.
No, if they don't want to be under the guise of it, we can just, skip that portion and say, hey, don't stress it. You're not going to be covered by this. My assumption is you're trying to hit her mother and the yuan in front of you.
No, I am using this to suppress the effects of being charmed.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And for Rowena's mother.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, that can. I'll just let it auto happen then. They all fail at that. The mother needs to fight off that though. She's particularly. Yeah, it's not gonna help. She rolled a 1. She failed. So she kind of like is playing the piano, and all of a sudden this like with music just, and it's like as she looks around, she looks backwards, and you just hear this blood-curdling scream as she comes to the realization once more of what's actually happening, and you see her just kind of screaming at this creature, kicking at its back because it's facing at you, and desperately trying to like get her body close to the wall or the piano in an effort to kind of get away from this thing. Anything else on your turn, Thad?
I'll just look to Rowena and say, tend to your mother if you're able.
Yes, and well, I mean, I would go over to her, but I don't know if that counts because it's not my turn. But thank you.
Zunis, that makes it your turn.
That is the natural turn anyone noticed.
I am so far away, I don't even know what I could theoretically do.
You can get in the room.
So Zunis goes to the room where as I'm still pretty far from the action though.
Yeah, I think that's about as close as you can get.
I'm just so far. I don't even know what I could.
Okay, now that I'm closer, now I feel a little bit better. Could I potentially use my trident?
You want to try and
on
like
Y2?
chuck it at him?
It seems a little far, but yeah.
You can make that with range. It's going to be a little tough because you got to shoot it past your friends, but you can give it a shot.
Oh, okay, yeah, that might be a little scary.
It's up to you.
Zunis tells his friends to clear out,
Doc!
but kind of like through code that he's established when they've been walking for hours together for situations like and he gives them the motion, and he throws his trident at Y2.
All right. Roll to hit for me.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, you do hit if you want to roll damage with it.
Do I roll the 1d6 or the 1d8?
1d6. Okay, 8 points of damage as you kind of hit into this dude. Not the world's most, but it did land as he kind of like pulls it out and throws it on the ground next to him. Anything else on your turn, friend?
Zunis compliments Rowena's mother's playing. It says, I'm going to Shazam this later.
Nailed it. Ivo, your turn, friend.
Well done, Mo. And then Mo just like takes a seat.
Good. This is good.
All right, so I'm gonna move up here next to him,
Okay.
and then just shatter spike away.
Alrighty. Roll to hit with your attacks, friend. Nice. First one hits. Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
Nice.
All right. So 22 points of damage, a couple of big hits as he kind of stumbles and tries to fend off your blade and is unable to kind of take the blows. Anything else on your turn, Ivo?
That's all.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to this creature once more. Seeing this particular set of stuff happens, you getting within range, he is just going to go in and attack you with his bite attack, I think, first. Yeah, he tries to just like chomp down on you. First one to hit is gonna do a miss. That one, not so great. Then he's gonna kind of come back and swing at you with his scimitar. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Go away, you. Go away, you. Thank you. Scimitar. Where are you? That one's gonna hit. You're gonna take 6 points of damage from his scimitar, but as he kind of lands the blow, at the same time you see him kind of hiss at you as he kind of got real close to you to bite, and kind of hisses in your ear, and all of a sudden you feel like this rail spike just shoved through your brain, and you take another 16 points of psychic damage. So in total, 22 points of damage.
This is for Ivo, right?
For Ivo, yep.
Sorry, you say 22 or 26?
22.
Oy.
Like that shatter spike to the head doesn't kill you.
That'll end its turn and bring us back to Dent.
Back to Dent. Okay, well, first things first, we got to move that Eldritch Cannon up in a way that, again, does not harm the squad, but gets right up in V2 or Y2's face. So, can I move it myself, or?
You probably don't have access to move it. I'll have to move it for you, but I can move it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put it
I'm
here.
not trying to make it.
What you can do though, if you want to show me where, if you want like a more specific place you want it to be, you can like there's a little wand at the top left of your map. You can tap on that and kind of like wiggle where you want it to be. But that's probably where you can get it. I don't think you can move it that far from where it was.
Okay. Well, let's do that, and let's go ahead and hit him with another Bastilla.
Alrighty.
Bastilla Blast.
Yeah, roll a hit for me.
Force Bastilla. We're 1, 2, 3. Now we're playing with the big boys.
That does miss.
What?
Yeah, that misses.
Really? Unbelievable. All right.
Flies past, this ball of force energy just kind of goes wide as he's able to duck out of the way. What else would you like to do on your turn, sir?
DM, do I still have that window? I feel like I have that window. I see a bit of an angle towards him without hitting anybody. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no with your cannon being there. So it won't. Again, it's not necessarily that it would hit your friends. It's that it would make it harder to hit him. And so basically, this counts as what's called cover, and cover increases his armor class.
Got it. All right. Well, let's. Hit him with a. Boy. All right. Let's try a level 2 Thunder Wave.
So remember, Thunder Wave is a 15-foot cube centered on you. So that's only gonna leave that far. It doesn't like shoot out from you. So you might want to choose either a different target or a different thing.
Yeah. Okay. Apologies for that. Let's do. Let's try a Firebolt. I'm curious to see how these things respond to fire.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll to hit. That does hit. Just does hit him. So go ahead and roll your damage for me. 7. Also, I was looking at Ivo's armor class and not that creature's armor class, so your cannon actually does hit him. If you want to roll damage for
right
that
on.
cannon too, that will do it.
Yep.
Nice.
The cannon's better than the fire.
That's not right. Awesome. All right, so he's definitely starting to feel it. Anything else that you would like to do?
Can you kind of give me a sense of how effective the fire was? If it was like less effective than normal, more effective than normal, same.
Pretty normal from what you expect. You feel like it landed pretty squarely. Did what you expect it to do.
Okay. I guess. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's your bonus action and your action, so that's probably the end of your turn.
That's correct. I yell out to the team, let's keep going. Let's keep doing it.
Alrighty, Rowena, that one's your turn now.
Okay, I'd like to take the rapier again and hit B2 or Y2. Whatever it's called.
Go ahead and again roll to hit at advantage, and you get to add your sneak attack if you do hit. Nice, that hits.
Seeing if I can get any better.
Oh, sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let's see, damage. And the sneak attack.
Nice.
17.
Nice big hit as he kind of stumbles down a bit. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, Thad, that brings us to you.
Open up the room a little bit for some folks, and let's see, maybe right around here, and 5, 10, 15, 20. We're gonna bring down some Sacred Flames.
Alright, Dex 14 again?
14, yep. And no benefit for cover for that.
Correct, yep. He does fail.
Okie doke. Let's do some damage. 6 points of damage. Precisely.
5 health points left. As a word of advice as well, just because we're out of combat as this last one kind of, again, burns alive. Rowena, remember, one thing you can do as a bonus action, too, if you want to, is take a stab with your dagger. Or a weapon you have in your other hand, if you'd like. But the second kind of snake whisperer, let's say, has also been felled. Your mother is screaming at the background, and as she kind of recognizes you a bit, she looks up and she goes, "Sineste, they took Sineste. You need to get her."
Who took Sineste?
Jackson did. I can't remember everything.
Don't blame yourself.
And you can kind of get closer to her now. She's got like blood coming out of her ears. You can kind of see like her teeth have been like, she's talking, have been like ground against themselves. They seem like strangely flattened. She's clearly been under this type of suggestion for years. And the effects have kind of taken a toll on her body as she's kind of coming out of it. You're not sure what they were doing with her normally, but she is not in a very well-to-do state, let's say.
Mother, may I give you a hug?
Are you real?
Yes, I wanted to ask permission before I touched her because I didn't want to startle her. Yes, it's really me, Rowena, but there's a lot we have to catch up on. But I need you to get someplace safe while I take care of Jackson.
I don't know where. I don't know where that is. I don't know where to go.
Oh, it's okay, Mama. Oh, I wish there was someone we could send her with, if only.
And she kind
We
of
could send her with the guy who was outside, Sim.
No, but he's furious at us. We killed his daughter, essentially.
I mean, her choices led to her death.
She
We
could've just
happen
waited
to be
till we got
around.
here. What'd you say, Dad?
I said we happened to be around when she showed up.
Yeah,
I
mean,
refuse to take any moral responsibility for that death.
I think if we present a confused and battered elderly woman, she's elderly in my brain. I don't know if she's actually elderly. He's got to help her. He is a man of helm through and through.
how can we get her back out safely without us risking our progress?
I mean, you could walk her back outwards. You could talk to her a little more and just try to get to the bottom of anything. It's kind of up to you.
It feels
You're
like
not far from the
we've
exit.
cleared a way through. I don't think we'll have to like fight our way out through 2 rooms.
Right, that's true. I'm just looking at Zunis's actions real quick.
Is there any medicine that might help her that we might have access to? Like,
Sure.
it seems like she clearly has some kind of mental deficiency.
I mean, she's basically been kept under the guise of some type of charming spell for years and years. So she's definitely.
Would the shield of
We might want to.
Whatever happened to the mechanical dog that Dent had?
Oh yeah.
You technically still have it. You could activate it and try to send it out. It's in the bag, I think you have.
Let's do that. Activate the mechanical dog. Let's have it get her out of there. She can ride it, and then let's have the dog return to us.
So this like form of this dog creature kind of pull out, and he kind of goes over to Dent, kind of like as he walks over there, and kind of like doesn't really have a tongue, but if he did, he'd be panting. He's kind of waiting for instruction. You think, as he kind of like looks up at you, Dent.
I tell the dog, please take this old lady out of here, get her to safety, and return to me at haste. We are going to take
Okay,
on
old
Jackson. And we will
lady,
play
mental deficiency.
Please take this old crazy lady the fuck out of this house.
And this like
She is
metal,
1 billion years old.
this metal mastiff kind of like lumbers over to her. She's kind of like freaking out, but you are able to kind of calmly tell her to follow this dog. And you do see that, like, you know, she can't ride it. He's not that big, but you know, he does kind of put a hand. She does put a hand on it, and he guides her out of the building, back the way you came, hopefully to watch her sin.
Yeah, if we're not involved, he can't say anything. I mean, the dad was right. A woman in the prime of her life.
Putting it down here.
A woman whose best years.
So a woman with just the right amount of experience.
Exactly.
As she starts walking out the door, she kind of like starts mumbling. They took her down. 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 And she's just muttering that over and over and over again as she's walking away from you, hopefully out of the building.
Okay, they took her down. That must be my sister Sinesta, and I assume some sort of basement or something. DM, may I run a perception check or history check to remember the configuration of our basement?
You would know how to get there. There are a couple different ways. One, you remembered that you could use the well outside that kind of goes through a side channel. There's also a set of stairs pretty close to here. Like if you exit this room here with that doorway, it'll take you up a hallway that will kind of snake back to the basement. So if you would like to head there, you could do that with relative ease, you think, as long as you don't run into any bad guys through the hallway.
Well, should we go get... I mean, of course we're going to encounter Jackson at one point. I just wonder if we should search this ground level more thoroughly before going to the basement. Team, what do you think?
Definitely. I think that one of the biggest problems with our team thus far has been our pattern is so predictable of going straight for the main source of conflict. And I think what we need to do is a little bit less dragons and a little bit more dungeons, by which I mean we need to be exploring and seeing what we can be picking up.
Damn.
So not only would I say we should check out the main concourse more, but I think we should furthermore see if there's some sort of attic scenario happening here.
The level on top of you is destroyed. It was destroyed in the blast. So it's basically just this floor in the basement. So I'm confident there's no attic because you can look
say
up.
that, but
I don't.
Okay,
I don't remember Dent being this articulate in past sessions.
He's role playing. He's role playing his character better. Leave him alone.
He's growing. He's a robot, but he's growing gradually.
Correct.
right. It's a little thing called character arc.
Character arc, baby.
Man, you give him a sidekick and he's a whole different person.
Really, smoke woke something up inside of me, and now I feel like a whole new robot.
Hey, by the way, Dent, with how long you guys have been in the building, I would say now your Eldritch Cannon has gone away. Just a heads up.
And I need to do a long rest to get another one back, correct?
Let me double check.
While he's doing that,
Mhm.
so sounds like rather than going straight for the well and like falling into Jackson's lap, we probably want to dig deeper into the house, explore this level, and like see if we can find those stairs, right?
Absolutely.
Because also when we fight Jackson, he could like destroy this whole place. So probably better to secure the hostages first, and then fight the baddie.
Yeah. This is very Die Hard.
It's Die Hard in a magical world.
I've been saying that about this campaign since it started, actually.
Come over, have a couple of drinks, have a few laughs.
So Dent, a procedural answer. You can bring the cannon back, but you would need to expend a spell slot to do so. So if you would like, you could bring it back. Again, you would just need to use one of your spell slots. I think a first level spell slot would do it. So I just want to double check for y'all. It sounds like you want to get to the stairs going into the basement.
I think we wanted to explore, and then eventually the plan was still to go through a secret entrance, was it not?
Yeah, I think we want to like walk into the hallway to the west of this room that we're in.
So you walk into the hallway. So far, you don't see any other Yuan-Ti creatures or anything. As you kind of walk upwards a bit in the direction that Rowena shared, that is the stairs leading down. You do see it like a kitchen. This is where food was probably prepared. There's a storehouse here. You see, basins, water basins, foodstuffs, that kind of stuff. For the most part, this area of the house seems to have been undamaged.
Do we see any kind of healing medicines or potions around here?
Roll a investigation check. You don't see any medicines or potions. There's like food and supplies in the kitchen.
Let's check those out and see what kind of supplies we're looking at right now.
Just general
Get some cheese wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Just some rations. There's cheese and dried meats. Some of the food does seem to be a little older, like it's spoiled, especially the produce. It seems like it might have been sitting here for at least several days out without anyone tending to it. Roll an intelligence check. It's odd that a place that would have servants, etc., leave food out like this. This is pretty clearly another indication that Jackson had been planning parts of this for several days now. And this place is probably like the servants that you saw earlier. What he was starting to do is probably this was probably phase one of everything. He started killing off his servants, started doing other things, unsure of what to do, and for at least several days now, the house has basically not been a functioning estate. There is a door
I
right
think
next to you here. So, like right here is another door. If I can get it to shut for me. No, maybe there it is. And that door, it looks like a small wooden door. Maybe leads to a cellar. Rowena, are you in this space as well with them? Or are you
Yeah.
staying back? So if you're in that
No.
space as well, you do know that beyond this door is the room that leads to the stairs that go down into the basement.
Okay, so I relay that to the team. If we hope to secure Sinesta, this could be a way to go down. Of course, perhaps not quite as stealthy as the well.
I think the stealth is what we want, but moreover, I question how close our allies are to joining us, because my assumption is that Jackson is in this basement. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I mean,
Not too crazy. What can we see anything outside of the windows, like into the courtyard,
You can.
or that well is, or whatever?
You can. So you can't see where the well is. The well is kind of higher on the top eastern corner over here. This is the well. But you can look into the courtyard. You see this large tree. There's a lot of rubble in there. There's a greenhouse, the windows mostly which are smashed. It's a little hard to see with how bright the fire is from the opposite end of the courtyard. But you don't see anything of note in the courtyard, which is what's odd, because all of that energy, all of those beams that you saw earlier were giant, and they seem to be directly focused at the courtyard, like targeting that central space.
I guess the question is, do we think that Jack... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, I think this will answer your question. I just thought about it, and I think he is in the basement, if I know him. When last I saw him, he was standing over the body of my father, so I think that he probably, I don't know. I think he probably wants to see out the end of this himself, and he knows that if he hurts Sinesta, it would hurt me.
Is he the kind of person who would know about the entrance through the well and have that guarded? Would he expect the sneak attack or like entrance through the house?
That's an excellent question. I mean, I'm sure he knows every inch of this manor since he's made it his fiefdom. I think he hasn't been.
Let's be sneaky.
Yeah.
We aren't. Bernie's right. We're not sneaky enough. Let's be sneaky.
And he doesn't know about my second life as a rogue, so perhaps he's not expecting.
I just think that if Jackson knows anything about our party, he will expect the direct attack.
That's right.
I can't think. Granted, I haven't been here myself every time. I can't recall a single time when we took the sneaky route.
We've been pretty direct.
One time before you got here, Dan. One time I hit the trees, and the rest of them.
You don't know about the
Healed.
Generally, like Rowena nails it, and the rest of us fuck it up.
That's usually all right. So we want to be sneaky.
If a veteran,
You're good, Clayton. Just keep going. I think we got a little lag. Don't worry.
if I was just gonna note, if a veteran mercenary can add his 2 cents, I feel like where Jackson wants us to go as deep as we can into the house. I say that because we really encountered very light resistance. These guys were not super difficult to kill, so I feel like he's trying to play it so that we kind of have a false sense of security, and we'll go as deep as possible. So I think very well he's expecting us to make it this far very easily, and potentially even the message received of that Rowena's sister is in the basement. So it's just my 2 cents, and he knows exactly our moves.
Yeah, that would trap us. It feels very Parasite now. All of a
I was
sudden.
gonna say Parasite.
Like, do we want to get stuck down there forever, kind of thing?
Let me ask this question: What if we're just being too optimistic? What if Rowena's sister is already lost? Like, she's done no matter what, Jackson's gonna kill her. What if we just left the house?
Yeah,
Just waited for us?
I thought about that too, because our allies should be getting here soon. And also,
The whole plan hinges on the allies. Without them, what did we do that for?
point. He might be playing 4D chess with us, and my mother is not in her right state of mind. She might be knowingly or unknowingly giving us more bad information by telling us Sinesta is downstairs.
Hmm.
Can we send
Well, we have several different thoughts. What if we did? Oh man, is there some way to scout it? Does anybody have kind of like a stealthy ability to maybe like peek in and kind of get a visual of like what we think is down there? I think that's maybe the go-to move.
Oh, well, they told me
Yeah,
that.
Rowena for sure.
Yeah, I'm very stealthy.
Why don't you stealth on down and just kind of see what's up? Maybe through that alternate secret passageway. Maybe?
Yeah.
No, I'll
Take
do
your
that.
time. We're waiting on our friends too, so.
And you guys can go out and see that my mother's got to watch her sim safely, and you can wait for the others.
Wait, we're just leaving Rowena with potentially.
No, yeah, we'll wait up here, like at the entrance of the
Yeah.
well. So if you get into trouble, you can scream, and we'll come on down.
I'm in like bandits.
Yeah, but doesn't Jackson know this
Right.
place so much
Yeah,
better?
we're not leaving.
The three of us, the four of us who've never been here.
Well, 3 of you, I know it.
Right, no, but
Oh, I
the
can't.
four
I
of-
can't count. I can't
Well,
count.
there's the four of
I was
us,
just saying.
and then there's you, who knows this place pretty well. So it's the two of you who know this place, battling it out, and the four of us potentially coming to save someone, totally at a disadvantage.
It is very parasite.
Yeah. If we can relate it to an Oscar winner, then we can know how to beat it.
This is some of Nate's finest.
So, what do you want to do?
I like this plan.
Why don't Ivo and I go sneak into the well passage?
And come back if you can just scout it, like what Dent was suggesting. Come back, do that, and we'll strategize further. But if you get in trouble, yell for
Great.
us, and we'll come running.
Say something like
The cover
hither
is
and
blown.
What'd you say, Bertie?
Say hither and thither. That's how we'll know. That's the
That's
secret.
hither
That's
and
the secret code. And if a broom happens to come to your rescue at the same time, well, then that's already been established in the canon. So that's fine too.
What's thither from?
It's the command for his broom.
Oh.
I fucking love that broom. I love that broom like it was my own robot dog. I cannot tell the difference between objects and people.
Hold on one second. I just want to double check because I know he's running a little slow. Ivo, did you want to add something? I saw you kind of like take a breath a couple of times.
So, sorry, Rowena, did you say you wanted me to come with you?
Yes, please.
So, DM,
Yes.
I forget why, but I have a disadvantage on my stealth right now. Is that purely because of my being a mercenary, or is there some sort of equipment that's giving me that?
It's the armor you're wearing. It's kind of heavier.
Okay. Is there anything that I can do to either get rid of that disadvantage or to up my plus stealth points? Can I drop some of my equipment? Can I shed some of it? Can we be creative here? Maybe get another point or get that disadvantage off by like leaving some stuff in this room?
You could take off your armor.
Don't endanger yourself, Ivo.
Besides the armor, is there anything else?
Maybe. I don't think anybody
I have my.
else has any.
I just have a
spells.
shield. I have equipment and stuff. So that's why I was wondering if I could leave it behind and be a little lighter.
Yeah, it's not so much about being light. It's the armor is like metallic and heavy and is hard to be sneaky in. Yeah, none of your peers would have anything that could aid you in that I can see.
And then if I take off my armor, how much of a disadvantage does that give me for attack when am I being attacked?
Let's find out. Without the armor, are you going to equip the shield?
Yeah, because I could equip it and not have that disadvantage, right? It's just the armor that's giving me disadvantage.
With the shield, you would go down to 14 as your armor class, so it would remove 2 points from your armor class.
And then it would remove that disadvantage as well on stealth?
Correct. Yep, correct. Now, you wouldn't be able to re-add that armor unless you took like a minute or two to like put it back on, get everything back on. So you couldn't do like middle of combat, add your armor class. So I just want to make sure you're okay with that.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna I guess, equip the shield, and then do I need to do anything to take my armor off, or are you just going to do that in the back end?
I did on the back end if you want to just refresh your character. And then, so it takes maybe about 5-10 minutes to actually get your armor off.
Okay, so I guess we'll let that go by, and then Rowena, the thought here is that I'm doing this to be extra stealthy, but not expecting to be in combat. So let's do a little investigating, but the plan to come back, and I'll put my armor, I'll put my armor back on, and be ready to be much more equipped for battle. So, but just really doing this to be a little more stealthy.
Okay, perfect. Works for me.
Okay. All right.
How long should we expect you all to be gone for your scouting? If you aren't back in 30 minutes, 20 minutes, should we be coming in?
What do you say, Ivo?
Well, I'm going to have to throw this back to you, Rowena, because you do know the place, so I'm not entirely sure how far we need to go.
Yeah, how big is this basement?
You know the picture I sent of the Jackson Park basement? DM, how would it under normal circumstances?
This is where Jackson gets his steps.
Jackson door.
Without being able to be too specific, it's about the size of like what you can see as the courtyard shape.
Is the what?
It's about the size of like if you see like the perimeter of the courtyard. If you imagine you go straight down with those walls, the interior of that is the basement. So like, all that grass is basically the basement.
I see 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes it is.
So where are you trying to go? And I do need some specifics here because it's gonna.
All right, I want to go to the secret passageway with the well.
So you want to go to the well? Can I ask how do you want to get to the well? You can go out back the way you came, circle back around the house. You can try and go through the house and like sneak out a window. There are doors from here leading to the courtyard. Like that one, there's a door directly south of Dent that leads into the courtyard. You've got options.
Is the courtyard all walled off though, or is the well in the courtyard?
The well isn't in the courtyard, but if you look at the courtyard, there is a place to like exit. It also leads like this area is a door here that leads into it, and then there's another door through the greenhouse and another door back to the main area here. So there are definitely ways to like passage through the courtyard. You could also walk back through the house, out the main door, and then back around. You could try to find a window, get out the side, and then kind of go up this way. You're trying to go here. This is where the well is.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it'll be fastest to go through the courtyard. I wouldn't mind seeing what Jackson is burning out there. But, it feels like a trap.
So I would advise, actually, Rowena, if we go back outside and then around the fire, purely because we might get some cover from the fire itself. People aren't going to be looking at a blinding light, and also because we might have some smoke that we can sneak through. So that would be my bet, as opposed to the courtyard where it might be a little more visible to some eyes.
Yeah, let's do that. And I want to take a look at what he's got burning out here. So let's go through. Is that a window or a door near Dent?
The one going down into the courtyard?
Yeah.
Yes, that's an open door into the courtyard.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so Ivo and oops, sorry, that's the wrong thing. Burp. Ivo and Rowena right there. Can I have you guys roll stealth checks, right? You want to be kind of sneaky?
Yep.
Let's have you roll stealth checks, please.
Sneakiness is of the essence.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys feel pretty sneakily hidden. As you go around, you notice you don't see any other Yuan-Ti or other creatures. You start to kind of walk your way. Can I have everyone roll a perception check or you two roll a perception check for me?
Maybe Rowena, you have the Eyes of the Eagle, if DM allows you to do advantage.
Yep, yeah, Can roll it, you can roll an advantage on this.
Okay, great. Good call, Iva.
Nice. Still pretty good. So you guys are start walking around, and as you walk around, you're like, it is It is strangely empty out here. Like, you would imagine, to your point, Ivo, that these guards are not particularly difficult. They didn't seem to really stop us. And then all of a sudden, Rowena, you start feeling this, and the chanting that you were hearing before, this abyssal underscore, is getting louder and louder and louder. And before you can really understand what's happening, this like bulge in the surface below your feet starts to kind of expand and grow. And this huge beam of energy just kind of lands at this area where you're at. And at the same time this energy beam comes down, the earth below you kind of shoots up, and you're kind of caught in the middle, thrown up a bit, and then forced back down into the kind of area below you. I need you guys to roll dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Everybody or just those two?
Those two in the courtyard. You all do hear this massive explosion, though. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both of you take.
Oh.
Where are you? So both of you take 5 points of damage as you're kind of slammed into the ground. What's odd is the energy, while it pushed you, it didn't like force you down with a significant amount of force. And for a second, you almost felt like it was also pulling you. It felt strange to kind of be caught in it. It by itself didn't seem to do damage. But for a moment, you're dazed and you're stunned. You're not sure what's going on. And as you kind of like are able to look up, you now see that you are actually in the basement, sky open above you. And you are having a hard time really making heads or tails of where you are for a moment. But for a second, you kind of like get back to your feet, catch your breath, look up. And along the far side of the wall, clearly trying to avoid this major energy beam, is a lithe half-elf in a very well-manicured green suit and long, dark black hair, who sees you plummet through, and you hear his subtle, smug laughter. Oh, you always were a fool. You did not understand what I was doing when I married you, and you don't understand even what I'm doing now. Welcome.
I thought you'd say something like that, Jackson.
I bet that you
I expected something after your pathetic girlfriend gave me a similar song and dance. Maybe I am stupid, but in the end I did kill her, just like I'm gonna kill you.
roll an insight check for me, Rowena. When you call Lena pathetic, you do see his face just for a moment grimace. You can tell there was some real feeling there, but almost like a second later, he's back to it. It never affected him at all. He says, well, sad it was that she's gone. The reality is I can bring her back whenever I need to. It's just a simple ask from my master. So, futile words and insults won't do you much good as soon as you actually see what we're doing here.
We know what you're doing, Jackson. You left your evil mark on every page of this island. You set off a virus. You had Lena cause civil war with the Lordless Crown and the Lord's Guard, the Castleton Guard. And you kidnapped Lord Sonara, and you intended to make yourself look like the hero. All very powerful, to be sure. But Gratz doesn't care about such mundane proclivities. Gratz cares about just having your soul for his eternal evil hedonistic party. And I don't think things might be good now, but we're here to stop your earthly plan. And in the end, you'll be subservient to Gratz for all eternity.
Oh, foolish girl. Do you think I don't know what Gratz's intentions are for me? I was enslaved from birth. My father sold me to him before I could even think. I understand more deeply than you ever would. He took my mother, he took my father, I've already understood every single thing that Gratz has to offer. And once I do what I swore that I would, he'll release me, and I'll be able to reap the benefits of being the first to follow. You will be dead, and it's all silly at this point.
So Gratz took your parents, so you had to take mine. Is that how it works?
Something like that. Less that I had to, and more that I liked it.
You're disgusting. Why me of all people? Why not pick on someone else?
Is that answer truly not clear to you by now?
Because I'm an idiot debutante of Wadep, but now I'm so much more.
I guess we shall see.
And I reach into my bag and I pull out my Stormwind signet ring that I always carry, and I put it on my finger. And I go, Jackson. I like that I was nodding. Jackson, you may have taken all the prestige and hope my family ever had, but you made a mistake when you didn't kill me. You didn't factor me into your equation. I escaped. I've become a powerful thief, a member of a certain crime guild. I have friends and allies who are waiting to defeat you. I have strength. I have an infused weapon. I have magic on my side, and I am a Stormwind. Too bad I can never do that when I need to memorize it.
Well, I suppose we're at a bit of an impasse then, wouldn't you say? Can you roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
You notice Jackson has not moved from that side of the building, or that side of this like cutout basement. Even from when like you were able to kind of look up and see where he was around, he is dead set on staying in this corner. As you start to get your bearings a bit, you can realize as well that's kind of the side where the well comes from. And for whatever reason, he is refusing to stand away from that doorway.
Are you scared, Jackson? Do I have you backed into a corner? Come out and let's talk.
Oh, I guess you were right after all. You have been using your brain a bit more. You won't take her. She's needed for what's next.
My sister? What do you possibly need her for?
Demons aren't summoned easily, girl.
You're gonna kill her to get some demons here?
I'm gonna kill her to get the demon here.
Fuck you!
Oh,
Roll for initiative!
Can I slap him? Or does that count as an attack?
I'll give you a free action as a slap, why not? While he's like there laughing at your intents.
Yeah.
Alright,
You're over
slap
here.
him part across.
It is your bonus action, though. What else would you like to do? I'll say that did 2 points of damage to him. Why not? Fuck it.
Is that how badly we're about to get murdered? Right.
Oh, I can use my dagger, right? Didn't you say that?
I will allow it, yep, if you'd like to do as a
Okay.
bonus action.
Alright, roll to hit. What'd I get? 15.
That does hit. I gotta do the math because when you use it as your like second offhand attack, you don't get the same bonus. But that does still hit. Yeah, it should still hit. And you can do damage. You can actually, because you're a swashbuckler and you can always get sneak attack. You can actually you still get advantage on this too, funny enough. So if you want to roll to hit again, see if you get a crit.
Okay, yeah.
Why not?
Close, but you know it was closer. But you still hit. So go ahead and roll damage and add your sneak attack bonus.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. All right, so 9 points of damage. As you kind of like slap him, he's still got his hands up, not expecting anything really from you because he's just laughing at you at this point. And you stab him kind of right in the rib, and then he like. Oh, I see you have a little bit more sting in you than I thought. 9 points of damage. He's still standing, doesn't seem to be at all concerned. Just want to double check. Okay. As you do that, Jackson is going to use one of his legendary actions, and he is going to look at you and say, you are not a very wise woman. Not at all. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. Okay, hang tight. I just got to check one quick thing here. What is the DC we got to make? 15. Okay. So as you kind of there in your brain, as you kind of like get close to him, you suddenly feel this like small pulse in the center of your brain, and then it's stronger and stronger and stronger, and then all of a sudden it has this like this music to it that just seems dissonant and broken and unsettling. And while you're able to shake it off, it's still causing you harm. And you take... you take 8 points of damage, but because you're able to roll it off, that is reduced to 4 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
So, and then don't forget the other one that you got before. Okay. That's going to end Rowena's turn, I think, and bring us to Thad. You are currently on top in the main level still. Kind of in that area where Dent was. Outside. Inside. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole courtyard is essentially a ruin. There's a giant hole. You can jump down and, fall down into get into the battle. You do remember, though, that back towards that like cellar, there is a door leading into the basement, though, as well. So you can also just try and go down the stairs.
Yes. That certainly would be a logical choice to make, wouldn't it? That's gonna. Is there a window on this wall that I can jump through?
Where are you trying to head?
I'd like to head towards the ruined, like towards the hole.
Oh yeah, there's a door right in front of you. You can just like run right out, jump in.
Cool.
So
please. Yeah, no, go ahead.
If you're gonna run and like jump down, I would like you to make it either an acrobatics check or an athletics check to see if you can land without harming yourself.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna nod to the homies, and then I will jump down this hole.
All right,
Not the homies.
Oh shit.
Okay, so you jump down the hole and like, for him! Fuck! Just like tumble. You take, from a very ungraceful fall. Not so great. You take 10 points of damage as you stumble down about 20 feet to the ground here. But I will say, you did end up down there with the crew here, and you ended up pretty close to him.
Can I ask DM what would have happened if he had landed on Jackson?
He could have possibly have done some damage to Jackson. He just didn't do that. And also from this angle, from where he was at, it would have been pretty hard to land on Jackson because he's still Like there's still a bit of like a crust, like an overhang of earth. It's worth an attempt. But you do still have an action if you'd like, Thad.
Yeah. Hell
You-
yeah.
Just a heads up though, you are
would
prone.
like. Oh, okay. Okay. I can handle with that. Let's see. One sec. I wasn't planning on jumping into this hole, but let me think for 1 sec.
I want to jump into the hole. I wasn't planning on jumping in the hole.
I'm gonna
A lot of good.
from prone. I would like to. Yes. Oh, this is a bonus action. Okay, so I'm gonna get to my feet then, if I may use my action to do that, I guess.
I will allow you to use your action if you'd like to, but you don't have any movement left. So I would say you have to use your action to use the dash, and then I'll let you move. But you won't have another action then.
Okay.
I'll give you that bonus action though, if that's what you want.
Including, could do a bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the dash action.
All right.
So then I can move.
There's no movement. You're using all of that dash just to stand back up from prone, because you used all of your original movement to get here.
A lot of effort, brushing myself off.
Right.
And then I would like to cast. I'd like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
And I'll cast that in this kind of square next to Mr. Jackson.
Okay. Does your spiritual weapon resemble anything specific?
You bet it does. It's it's the Gauntlet of Helm.
Nice.
Ready to punch some people and slap them in the head.
Let's see if I have anything sort of like that.
Wait, Thad, what does that do?
Basically, it's a kind of floating spectral weapon, and it allows me to take an extra attack as a bonus action on each turn. Oh, so I do take an attack on this turn as well.
Yeah, so you can't like summon the weapon and then use it on the same turn, but you can summon it as a bonus action, and then your next turn you can attack and then use your bonus action to attack once more.
Cool.
It's very similar
Sounds
to like
good.
dense cannon mechanic, if that makes sense. I didn't have a gauntlet.
Yes,
at
yeah,
hand,
yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be this giant hammer thing, but we all know that it actually is the gauntleted hand of Helm, with a giant eye ready to backslap some folks. So that'll end your turn then, and bring us to Dent. It is your turn. You are also still above ground. What would you like to do, sir?
Yeah, I've seen. I don't know if we should all do this, but I just think it'd be hilarious if every one of us jumps straight down and just takes so much damage. Sorry, I can't stop thinking about this one after the other.
I mean, I will say it's the fastest way to get there. If you want to get into combat this round, that's probably the only way.
Well, it's the fastest, but more importantly, it's the safest because that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that staircase is in between a room that we haven't opened the door to yet, right?
Yeah. So basically, the staircase is here. You don't know exactly where it leads, but you see the staircase. You can get a clear angle to the staircase. But yeah,
I guess I don't know what.
You don't know what else is waiting for you. Correct.
That's what concerns me. So here's what I want to do. I want to do that level 1 spell situation you were talking about.
Okay.
Because I want to bust out an Eldritch Cannon. Eldritch Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
This was a lot smoother when I thought I had it pulled up.
Do you
I want an Eldritch Cannon.
Do you want the flamethrower, or do you want the ballista, or do you want the shield?
The shield.
The shield. Okay.
So can I?
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask if you wanted to like stay with you. Did you want to try to send it down? Do you have a game plan with it?
That's what I want to do. I want to throw it down there to the fine folks fighting Mr. Jackson.
Okay, we shall do that. Let's see. Let's do area of effect one.
And I have to like give up a first level spell or something, is what you were saying?
Yeah, correct. So on your spell slots, you'll see you've got like these check boxes at first level. You want to make sure you check an extra one off, so that you used it to summon that thing.
That's when I click manage spells and I hit remove. No,
It's just so like if you look at your spell list, you'll see first level spells, and then go all the way to the right. You'll see like these boxes, these empty blank boxes.
Oh, it says slots.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you want to uncheck.
Just
you want to uncheck one, or check one, I should say.
uncheck. I had one checked already, so I'm gonna check a second one.
Perfect. And then on that shield one, do you see the range on it?
My regular shield, or my Eldritch Cannon shield?
The Eldritch Cannon shield. It's like Force Protector or something like that.
I don't know why. I thought it was under. Yeah, let me look. Force. For some reason, I thought it was under equipment, but then I looked just now and I couldn't find it.
Should be under features.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody.
I've got
Eldritch Cannon, Force Ballast.
The Protector Cannon emits a burst of positive energy that grants itself and each creature of choice within 10 feet of it a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier. Okay. Cool. So basically, everyone that stays within 10 feet of the cannon, which is the size of this circle that I made, gets a 1d8 plus 3. Plus 3 to their health.
What Thad and Rowena, where are you guys' health at?
I am pretty okay.
I'm at 23, so also out of 39, so also pretty okay.
I'm at 41 out of 50.
Maybe I taught. So, do I have control over where it goes, or is it just going to land where you just put the
Nope.
radius?
If you want to have it somewhere specific, I would say the farthest you can get it to go though is somewhere in this top section.
The top right section.
Like either there, like basically between.
Well, I wanted to just barely cover Lena right now, because I think 23 is not enough.
Okay. If you get it there, you could actually get Thad and Rowena in its range.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said Lena. I meant Rowena.
Yeah, it's
it was the L on Lady Rowena.
So for Rowena and Thad, then go ahead and add. Let's see how much. I'll roll that for you, I guess. Nice. All right. Go ahead and add 8 plus 3, so 11 points to your temporary hit point pool.
Woo! Thank you. We'll take that.
Wait, me too?
Yep, you're both in the range of it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Do we only get it while we're in its range?
Each creature of choice within 10 feet of its number. Yes. So if you leave it, those temporary hit points go away. So I'll just need you to help me manage that.
Cool. Sure. We can do that.
Though it doesn't necessarily say that, so.
Maybe not.
I didn't think that was the thing. I hadn't read that.
I want to see.
I read that they were temporary, but I didn't read what
let's keep going, and then I'll look it up and double check. But anything else on your turn, Dent?
Oh boy, can I look at one thing real quick? I think I want to. Anything else on my turn spells? Can Because I can't attack from where I'm at, right? I'm too far away.
Correct. You'd have to
So I
drop
can see
down.
the hole.
Yeah, you don't have an angle on Jackson from this area either. You'd have to drop down.
Let me ask a question. Are those guys, the chanting that you were talking about earlier, is that still going on?
It is, but it doesn't seem to be the person doing it anymore.
Kind of moot. Okay. I'm gonna disguise self.
Okay. And what are you trying to disguise yourself as?
I want to look like Rowena's dead father.
Okay. You got a little bit of an amalgamation of that from what Rowena told you Luke looked like. And you do look like a older gentleman in his like early 50s. Short cut black hair with a little white streak kind of through the center of his hair.
I like this idea.
All right. The dead father is there. Does that end your turn?
That's in play. Gosh, did that end my turn? Or you just said that ended my turn.
You tell me, does it?
I can't do anything else, right? That was my option.
If you'd like to drop down, you can drop down.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous to drop down. I'm nervous to walk around. What were the throws to save myself? It was athletics and
acrobatics.
Year-old man probably should be jumping.
Oh yeah, does he have 50-year-old man bones?
No, he just looks that way.
doesn't look like 50-year-old man bones. Fuck it. Let's drop in athletics.
Perfect. Actually, that gave me enough time to. So you roll your athletics check. So you're gonna take some damage as well. As you kind of fall.
No, I rolled an 18, Nate. What are you talking about?
What? Get out of here. I was like, I looked at that. You take 7 points of damage, and an extra 1 because you're a dick, so 8 points of damage.
Whoa! Whoa!
So there's
Oh my
that
god,
for you.
I've never seen that before.
Second of all, I did actually get enough to look up your canon rules officially. So you actually can, like, if you think of it like a pulse, so like you can activate your cannon as a bonus action, kind of like it was firing that like force ballista, but instead it puts out a 10-foot pulse, and anyone within that 10-foot pulse, when it gets another 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier, so 1d8 plus 3 amount of temporary hit points. So you can continue to pulse it on each of your turns and continue to give people more temporary hit points if you'd like.
Okay.
What that also means, though, just rule of
Sorry,
thumb.
Go ahead.
So you see on your that features area when you look at your cannons and stuff, it says like uses and 30 or whatever. That's how you keep track of how many times you can use it per day.
Got it.
So you've used that force ballista, I think, 3 times. So I've got that down. All right. Continue.
I can do more stuff.
Well, you're there on the ground. I'm pretty sure. No, that was your action. That was your bonus action and movement. So yeah, you're done.
I talked to Jackson.
What do you want to say? Face down on the ground because you are prone. You fell.
Oh, well, if you can't see my face, then I'll talk to him next turn.
Okay, no worries. Ivo, that brings us to you.
Finally. Quick question. So looking around the room, right? I think you kind of revealed this already, DM, but it looks like we're in the basement, and I'm assuming now we can see 3 different doors, right? As like entry/exit points.
You can actually see 4 different doors. There is one here, one down here, one over here, and then one behind Jackson.
Okay, cool. So, okay.
Just so you
can I see. Then? Oh no, it has a range. Fuck. Oh, there's a door down there too. Okay, I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna move to start. It's not letting me. Oh, maybe this will do it. I might actually need you to move me, DM.
That's
It's
okay.
not letting me grab.
No worries. Where are you trying to go?
Can you put me just right next to Rowena on the left square? Is that
Mm-hmm.
gonna be too many? Or is that 30? Okay. I want to then, because I'm curious, and also to try to help us know some exit routes. Could I cast Thaumaturgy and see if I can blow open that door behind Jackson? And maybe if it's close enough, the door kind of to the bottom right, it does have a 30-foot range.
Sure. Yeah, I'll say you can get both of them. I'll even say that one at the very bottom you can get. So the one at the very bottom,
Love it.
blasts open. The other one blasts open. The one behind Jackson doesn't shake. You can see from this angle the one at the very bottom
definitely locked.
Mm-hmm. The one at the very bottom does seem to have like stairs that you can see. When the other one blows open, you can actually feel like this almost like wave of heat blast through. You think this one's going to lead upstairs to where the fire is.
Okay. All right, good to know a little bit about where we can go if we need to. All right, now to the fun part. So I'm going to go ahead and do options. I'm going to do Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
And then, I can do it at the same time. I can do a, go back. Shoot. I can do Fighting Spirit and a Goading Attack at the same time, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So I want to do that, use Fighting Spirit. So let me give myself 5 hit points really quick. Or do I get more because now I'm in... oh, the circle went away.
Yeah, basically it activates, it goes away. It activates, it goes away.
Got it. Okay. So I'm just going to do 5 right now because I have 5 more hit points. So yeah, so I'm going to do Goading Attack with my Shatter Spike on good old Jax.
Cool. Alrighty,
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, roll to hit for me. That does hit. Why can I never see your goading attack on there? It's in a weird spot, I think.
It's under features and traits
There it is.
at the bottom.
Expel one spirit damage roll. Target must take. Okay, wisdom saving throw 14. Let's see how we do, Mr. Jackson. He does succeed.
Damn it.
Sorry, you do succeed. He failed his roll.
Oh, good.
Disadvantage on all attacks. So he's going to get disadvantage on trying to hit anybody else but you. Additionally, you're going to roll a d6 and add that to the damage you do on this attack too. So roll your damage with your greatsword. Cool. Add a d6 to it because that's your superiority die, I think. Nice. All right, so 10 points of damage to Jackson. Still pretty tough at this point. Doesn't seem to be deterred. And it is now still your turn if you'd like to hit him again.
Yeah, let me take another swing at him.
Mm-hmm. And I think, remember, with Fighting Spirit, you get... Do you get...
Advantage.
Yeah, advantage.
Yeah.
Nice. That also hits if you want to roll damage again.
And with the +6 also again?
No, just on that first one you did goading attack on.
Okay.
Extra little hit on there. Also, you're rolling it one-handed, right? It's the smaller dice roll that you're doing?
Yeah, I did the D8, not the D10.
Perfect. All right, Ivo, that'll end your turn. And bring us to Zunis. Your turn, sir. You are also still on the top level above all of this.
Zunis says, finally. So for those of you who went to the rehearsal dinner of Zunis's wedding, they may remember that Zunis waited outside for a very long time for the latecomer guests and was accustomed to telling them where to go. And Zunis is now wondering, are our allies that we've called for nearby, and is this a good time for Zunis to stand back and guide them, and maybe he goes in when another one shows up so they don't show up and know not where to go?
Roll a perception check. What do we end up getting? Oh, there we go. Yeah, nothing right now indicates that any of those people are going to be around. It's hard to also tell a time of day because the sky is weird. And you don't even know if the message landed.
The message was confirmed with 2 different people.
Some of them were, but whether or not they're going to react to that, still unsure.
All right. Zunis says, I'm going to just go for it then. And he jumps in the basement as well.
Okay. Roll a acrobatics or athletics check as you...
Basement.
You do succeed. You do not take any damage as you kind of like 3-point land on the floor there on your feet. You do still have about maybe 10 more feet of movement I'd give you if you'd like to move and take an action.
Zunis moves toward Jackson. And
as close as you get is either here or here.
I'd like to clear a path because I kind of want to command him.
Okay.
And for my command, I tell him to halt. So he.
DC 14 for you or 13? Let's see. Command DC 14. Let's see how he does. 14 wisdom for Jackson. His bonus to wisdom. He does succeed that. So he ignores your command and just laughs at you.
Fair.
I'm not laughing.
That one's devastating. I can't stop looking at it now. It's so bad. Zunis, anything else on your turn? Any bonus actions or anything you want to take?
Yeah, I'm gonna shake my fist really fast. Quick wag of the finger.
I bite my thumb at you, sir. All right, that brings us back to Jackson's turn. Jackson. What does Jackson want to do? Yeah, Jackson wants to start separating you guys out because many of you are looking around. He looks at Ivo and says, okay, I see what you're trying to do. We'll just ignore that. Ivo, can you roll a... Where are you here? Can I... Why do you keep showing me the wrong one? I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, Ivo. Okay. What's his DC save? Okay, Ivo, for a second, like right on your space, the air above you kind of like starts to separate. You see this beam of light kind of like zip open and then start to like kind of almost like there's these invisible hands kind of pull it open. And as you look up, you can't see the sky anymore. You just see this like different world, different view. There's clouds there. There's flying creatures you can't make out. It almost looks like there's this portal into this other area. And then this unseen force just kind of grabs at you on the shoulder and starts to try to pull you up as hard as you can. but you're able to just kind of push yourself back and fend it off, and suddenly the portal slams closed. And Jackson looks at you with anger, but laughs. He goes, I'll just try again next time then. That'll end his turn for now. And then bring us back to Rowena.
Okay, I got some things to say. First of all, I would like to... I don't know if it's better to do this before or after my attack, but I would like to taunt Jackson. Jackson, I promise this has a purpose. First of all, just because you were a neglected child from Portal Lake whose father or mother made an ill-advised debt with Gratz doesn't mean you have to be that way. There's still time to change your evil ways, but since I don't think you will, let me remind you how Lena died like a coward when I killed her, and how she thought she had every demon and every grace and cleverness at her disposal, but it did her no good at the end, because we had a team, and we were on the side of right. So you may have abandoned and tricked me, but you won't do it again. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, and now I would like to take my infused rapier and hit him. And can I use... I don't think it's gonna work on him, but can I use my poison blood on this?
Yeah, you want to take a bonus action and activate your blood as well?
Yeah.
Cool. So you do that. It is now also poisonous. You can go ahead and make your attack, again with advantage on your rapier. And if it hits, add your sneak attack damage and your poison damage.
Okay.
Just remember you have advantage too.
Oh, okay.
That does... I just want to double check, see if he had that up. That does miss, though.
And I don't get another action, right, because I used it on the blood?
Correct.
Okay. Jackson advised me to try psychologically tormenting Jack. So,
Said Jackson.
Oh, Zunis advised me to. Anyway.
Jackson, kind of seeing you all kind of gather around him, again is going to use one of his legendary actions on your turn as you end it, and says, you know, I was taught from a very young age not to tolerate the rebuke of fuels. And once again, you feel that pulse in your brain. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw for me, please. Okay. So as that pulsing in your brain starts to spread, you also feel this like huge, like just weight kind of push down on your head and squeeze onto your temples. And all of a sudden, as you look around, you can't really discern friend from foe. Everyone around you is seemingly hostile. Their faces seem bloodied and toothy and angry and hostile. Literally everyone around you, including your allies, seem as though they are out to get you. You are considered charmed, and when you attack, it will likely not be the target of your next attack. You don't know that, though, so we'll talk about that on your next turn. But for the time being, you are charmed and maddened. That'll end your turn and bring us to Thad.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and cast Aid upon my friends to give us all a little bit of additional health for this. I'm going to cast at 3rd level.
Okay.
So everyone gets 10 additional health points. And these are... Oh, actually, hold up. Sorry, apologies. I have to choose up to 3 creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points are increased by 5. So this stacks with the temporary hit points and is like unaffected by that.
Correct.
So I will do that for Zunis, Rowena, and Ivo.
That I do have full hit points.
We're gonna want all the hit points that we can possibly get. So your hit point maximum is now higher than it normally is.
Can I change that date, or do you have to change my hit point?
You can change it. There's an area to do like a max override if you click on your health. While I'm there, actually, can I get a hit point check on everybody too? Rowena, how many total hit points do you have, including temporary?
Okay, so I was at I got 10 temporary hit points. So so I was at 34 regular. Does that mean I have 44 total temp?
Yes.
Okay. So then 44.
Yep, correct.
Plus the 5, though, right?
Who got the 5? Where'd the 5 come from?
Everyone but me. Did I misunderstand that?
From what?
Didn't that just give everybody 5 extra hit points?
No, sorry. I gave 10 extra hit points to everyone but you and me.
No, I thought that was 5 and I'm confused. What was that 5 and 5 thing you were just talking about?
You're right. It just he misread it and didn't realize it only let him choose 3 people. So he didn't give it to you.
No, I know I don't have them. I'm saying I thought I heard you say that everybody got 5 and your max went up 5.
Yeah, that
I misunderstand.
No, you're right. It just means so like if your maximum hit points, let's say your maximum hit points for you is 51, your maximum hit points would now be 56, and your current health point, whatever you're at, also went up by 5. So both basically scale up 5 points.
And actually, they scale up 10 points from me.
Oh, fair point.
Not 5.
So, Rowena, you're at 44. I just want to get.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. Can you, Nate, if you understand it, can you just check me where I'm at right now when you're done with Rowena?
Totally. Words and words. Okay, I'm gonna adjust that. So temporary hit points you got were 11. We're gonna do override maximum.
What?
You said 10 points, so 49. And current health points go up by 10. Perfect.
Okay, so am I correct in what I'm at now?
If you refresh your screen, you should see it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Ivo. By 10 as well, so 62. Perfect. Rena's good. And you said you gave it to Zunis as well?
Zuni boy.
Looks like Zunis. Yeah, Zunis actually already did it. Look at that. Mo's nailing it. Okay.
And
yeah, please.
so just so the group understands, so I'm at 35 hit points, and right now Jackson, I did goading attack. So Jackson is inclined to attack me next and to continue to attack me. So just kind of giving you guys the update. I'm at 35 hit points right now, and he's most likely going to try to just destroy me on his next turn and all following turns.
Did I give?
Did you not have the pulse from? Oh, you jumped in after the Bernie's pulse thing.
Correct.
Should I give Ivo some of my hit points?
Maybe on your turn. But Thad, anything else on yours? You still have your bonus action.
Yes, I'm going to attack with my spiritual slapper.
Okay, roll to hit.
Ugh, I don't.
15 just hits.
Ooh.
Roll damage. Nice.
5 points of
A
radiant
little
damage.
extra. So he seems to kind of be batting most of these things away. The ground below you guys all once more just kind of like big kind of pulse kind of hits again. And as it does, Jackson says, "We're so close now. Can't you tell?" And that will end Thad's turn and bring us to Dent.
Okay. Let's start by firing off that cannon one more time.
All right. So you can pulse it. It was basically right where like Zunis is around. So essentially everyone within 10 feet. 10-foot thing. So that would be, it would be Ivo, Zunis, and Thad would get that extra
I move?
temporary health points.
Can I move underneath it first?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you want to get in range of it. So there's you. Perfect. And then it's 1d8 plus 3. I can roll that for you. 1d8s. Perfect. So 10. Everyone, Thad, Zunis, Ivo, and Dent, you all get 10 temporary hit points on this as well.
Awesome.
Did you add those already, or we should add them ourselves?
You should add those yourselves.
Okay.
The only thing I moved was the aid, because aid can be a little confusing if you don't know where to move it.
Cool.
Okay. What I want to do, you tell me if this is not in the world. Oh, man, where is it? Don't I have like a rapid run kind of action?
You can dash, sure, but you've already used some of your movement, just a heads up, and that does count as your action, so you can't do anything else otherwise.
I couldn't do anything else otherwise.
You can do an action. You can move a little bit more, but if you use that dash to go further, that would be the last action you'd have.
Versus more movement would not be an action?
Correct.
How much farther can I go?
So you started off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could maybe go like right underneath and next to Rowena. You wouldn't be able to get behind Jackson, but you can get right next to Rowena, or you can go on top of your other friends there, like right above their square.
And where's this door that can you spotlight this door that was locked?
It's the like orangey squiggles behind Jackson.
Okay, I'm gonna dash to that door.
Okay, you can get there, and that'll end your turn, and bring us back to Ivo. Your turn, sir.
Wait, Det, you didn't want to say anything to Jackson as a 50-year-old man?
Jackson notices me, I will talk back to him.
Okay. Ivo, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do a. Okay, so I'll do that, but I'll do. DM, each time I do fighting spirit, that gives me 5 additional points, right? It's not just a one time.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I don't think I want to move anywhere. Let me check really quick. No, because I want to get those hit points here too. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna go fighting spirit again, and then so I'll make it up to 15 on my hit points, temporary, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack him with my Shatter Spike.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. Did you get a critical on that? Yeah, nice. All right, critical hit on the first one.
Nice. And then I'm gonna go again. Oh, there we go.
Nice. Yeah. So both first ones are critical. If you want to roll damage that way.
Remind me with critical, it's at, what do I add to it?
You just right click on the damage and choose critical hit.
Oh, boom. Gotcha. Critical hit.
Nice. Okay. 11 points on that one.
So there's the first one. There's the second one.
And another 5 behind. Nice. All right. Jackson, for the first time, is starting to really get some blood drawn, and you can see in his face he's starting to get concerned as you guys start to swarm him. Ivo, that ends your turn, I'm guessing?
Could I do then second wind and get me some more hit points?
I think you used your bonus action to use Fighting Spirit already.
Oh, is that okay? That counted on my bonus action. Okay. Then
I feel like you're full up on hit points, though, aren't you?
Well, I'm at. No, I'm at.
Oh,
15.
you got 15 temp, right? You're right. You could
Yeah.
actually if you wanted to.
So
just
I'm gonna do
remember-
actually.
Remember your damage
So I can
goes out
do-
of temporary first. Just a heads up.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm gonna do action surge, and then can I do second wind?
You could do action surge. Let me just double check one quick thing on that. I think you'd only get your action back, and that wouldn't get you bonus actions again.
Okay.
But it would let you. It would let you swing twice again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do action surge because I feel like he might be taking me out in this next round, so I gotta do as much damage as possible. So I'll do action surge on
Okay.
this time, and I'm gonna take another 2 swings at him.
All right, go for it.
There's one.
You had 2 rounds of health boosts just now.
What's up, Dent?
You keep talking about how he's about to kill you, but you had 2 straight rounds of health boosts.
Yeah, but he's Jackson. He's like the big boss. He's gonna take me down.
So Ivo, I need you. Remember those attacks are at advantage too,
Oh,
because you still have fighting spirit till the end of your turn.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
just
Let
roll
me
them again
roll.
once.
Yeah.
Just roll each one again once, and I'll do the workout.
Okay.
Okay. First one hits. Second one does miss.
Okay. So just 1 damage.
Yep. Okay, 6 points of damage. Alrighty, Zunis, that brings us to you.
So it doesn't seem like anyone really needs hit points too bad. Would anyone like me to distribute to them? I do have, I think, 72.
Yeah, I love points.
If I
I could
give,
use hit points.
I'll distribute 5 to everyone, since Thad was so generous. I have so many.
Cool.
So I guess everyone add 5 hit points, and I'll subtract 20 from myself.
Thank you.
And then for my move, if I can still do that, is I'd like to do an ensnaring strike on Jackson, if possible.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Oh,
So
oh wait, I rolled damage.
yeah, that's your damage. Yeah, roll to hit first.
Let me cast it.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You roll to hit on your greatsword. Remember, your greatsword hits and then ensnaring strike lands. I have to roll for ensnaring strike. I just need to see if you hit him first.
Really? I thought it was just. I thought they were separate actions.
Are you thinking about ensnaring strike or nature's wrath? Because those are 2 different things.
I am thinking about Nature's Wrath with the vines.
Yeah, correct. So that is a little different. That's your channel divinity. I think that's a DC.
Did I get rid of
14
that?
for you. No, you still have it. That's always on. Yeah, DC 14. He does succeed that though.
There we go.
And it doesn't affect him.
That one's under features and traits, Matt. It's a little confusing.
But he does succeed. You want to do a bonus action or anything else?
Yeah, if I can use a greatsword, I guess I will.
No, the greatsword would count as your action. So I don't think you've got anything else you can do as a bonus action here. Just looking through it.
Tell Jackson we're here because we're good people, man.
Good people.
We see right through you. We want to show you the good of the world.
Kind of looks at you in his face and says, I don't care about anything in this world. And then he lifts up as it comes to his turn and says, if you think you're going to kill me without me taking some of yours, you are very, very mistaken. And he lifts up his finger and he points at Ivo and he says, you were right. And he casts Finger of Death at you, Ivo. And Ivo, I need you to roll I think it's a charisma saving throw. Let me double check. Need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
All right, guys, here we go.
So, Ivo, you're going to take a lot. Let's just see how this goes. Was it 78? Where are you? Dice roller, dice roller. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You take 60 points of damage.
Ooh. I'm gone.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
So normally you guys have seen your allies fall before in battle, and they typically go unconscious. Ivo's skin is pale and fleshy and starting to almost like instantly decay. He is lying on the ground. He's not breathing. He's not unconscious. He is dead.
There's no way. We can't revive him in any way.
We have some ways.
Yeah, we do.
I will triple check.
This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm Iron Man.
It seems like we came an awful long way for,
I will
such a
double
sudden-
check the spell, but I'm pretty
To
sure.
revive him.
No, yeah, that has ways.
Let me make sure. 'Cause I know that's a bit one Finger of Death. I'm pretty sure that one
It's
takes you.
no, I forgot my weapon. Oh, lay on hands.
Okay.
Dang.
So I stand corrected. I double checked. Ivo is unconscious at this point.
Oh,
He is not completely dead, but he is at 0.
Is at 0.
He's at 0
Yeah.
hit points, correct. And then I just need to double check one last thing as we get into it. Okay, and Jackson will then end his turn, which is going to bring us to Rowena. Rowena, he is going to, because you are still charmed, he is going to say, and I'm going to make you do it. And you turn, and without controlling it, you lift your rapier and stab downward at Ivo, who is prone on the ground. So it will be an automatic crit.
No.
I'm going to use Warding Flare. I'm going to use Warding Flare against Rowena to blind her.
Yes.
I will give that. I'll cancel out the advantage and the auto crit. It is still going to be a hit, though. Well, let's see. Rowena, roll. I'll let you roll it. Roll to hit.
what am I rolling?
With your rapier, roll an attack roll for me.
Okay. Wait, is this me attacking Ivo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then I want it to fail.
correct.
I hate actually too.
So you do land
Come on,
it.
Rowena.
Ivo, you have one failed death save.
God damn it.
Do I get any other actions or not? Because I'm charmed.
You do. And
God damn it.
Oh no! No, not against Ivo.
I'm gonna triple check that one too, just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure you're
You
gonna
don't have
stab
to
at
take it,
Ivo
though.
again.
Yeah, do I have to take it?
You're not in control.
Yeah. Nate wants you to take it. You're taking it.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah. So you are going to take another stab at Ivo. If you could roll to hit with your dagger for me, please. You do hit once more. Ivo, you have one death save left. That'll end Rowena's turn. I want to just double check, see if you can cast off Crown.
Not.
And then Rowena, can you roll a wisdom saving throw for me to see if you can shake off this control that he has over you?
Okay.
Can I wait? Am I? No, I can't touch her. Never mind.
You are able to kind of like, after you see like your hands, you pull back and you look down and you see that you have just stabbed, is consequentially your best friend, and he is dying on the floor in front of you at your hand, but you are no longer charmed. That being said, it is the end of your turn, and Jackson says, "I'm still not done." He takes another one of his legendary actions, and he looks at Thad and says, "You seem to be the one that's making everyone feel better." I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me as well, Thad.
Real quick, DM.
Yes.
What is this legendary access or action? Is this something where he can play out of turn?
Exactly. Basically, at the end of one of the other character's turns, he can choose to go. And every time it comes back to his turn, that ability resets. Thad, you got a 14. You do fail. So as you're kind of looking at him, you actually, hold on one second. I just remembered something. Zunis.
Zunis.
What is it? Aura protection? Hold on.
I have land.
Yeah.
You
You have
get
like
a
a-
+3 bonus to your saving throw, sir. So as the same madness starts to inset onto your face, and you are looking around at Zunis and Ivo and everybody else with this maddening viewpoint, suddenly you're able to shake it off, and you notice in your hand you've got your Helm's Retribution raised as if you were just about to bring it down on Zunis, who is beside you, and you kind of look at both of you, kind of realizing what you were about to do. You are successful in that save, and you are not charmed. So it is officially your turn, sir.
Wow. Way to go, Zunis. Thank you.
Even not doing anything, you do something. Or protection for the win.
Let's see.
The DM give it and the DM take it away.
Okay.
Ivo can very much die here if you're not careful. So let's be smart about what we're doing.
Yes. So he's downed and has oh man, this is rough. Let's see. So if I recall, he's at 0 hit points, but he is still conscious. So we can get him standing with any number of hit points.
Correct. Any health will bring him back up.
Okay. Has anyone else taken damage recently? Are anyone else hurt?
Rowena took damage, right?
No. I thought I'm still at 49 unless I got further damage by
No,
the charm.
Yeah, I think you're right. You didn't. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Actually, I was wrong. You did take damage. I just forgot to roll it. Rowena.
Sorry to point that out.
Nope, it's okay. I mean, whatever works. It's not. That's not the worst damage. What is it? 3d6. I think. Oh no, I was right. You don't take damage. Crown of Madness just controls you. You're good.
Okay, we're gonna try and get Ivo on his feet here. So I'm gonna move up here and cast Cure Wounds on Ivo.
Okay.
For 7 points of healing.
All right, Ivo.
Oh wait, no, actually 10. I think 10.
Ivo is revitalized, but barely on his feet.
And then we're going to attack with our sword, or our whatever we got. Spiritual weapon.
Roll to hit.
16.
Okay, that does hit.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. He is still standing, but looking pretty beat up at this point as he kind of like wipes some blood from his mouth and spits on the ground at you and says, "I'm not done yet." Thad, that ends your turn, I'm guessing?
That does end my turn.
Alrighty, Dent, back to you.
I rally the troops though with a cry.
Ah!
Do I have 10 hit points now?
You
Is that
have
how it
10.
works?
Yep, you have 10. All right, Dent, that's up to you, brother.
I am going to take my thieves' tools to open the locked door.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check, and then we're going to add some bonuses to that. It's your proficiency and your dex bonus. So just add +3 to that number.
20.
You are able to unlock the door. It seems to lead into a tunnel. At the end of the tunnel is another door and like a fork that goes back upwards.
Shit. Alright, I wonder the fuck that could be.
That counts as your action, so I'll give you a bonus action, but that would be the end.
Right, you're right. Can my bonus action be... Let me ask this. I don't think this is possible, but can my bonus action be to once again cast sorry, I keep losing it. I have so many fucking spells in this thing. Can my bonus action be the spell that changed what I look like?
Oh, alter self? I mean, you're currently still that, but if you want to do that again, no, that would be an action from what I can see.
Damn it. Okay.
Really, all you could do is maybe set off your Eldritch Protector again.
I had a feeling, yeah. I think Expedited Retreat, I think might also be one.
Mm-hmm. True.
Can retreat into that hallway.
You could if you want to run in there. Just run that way.
You're saying that it's two different doors that lead up?
Yeah, so there's not two different doors. There's one door here.
Yeah.
I can show that. And then there's like another pathway that goes upwards.
I'm going to expedite retreat to that door. And can I see if I can open it, or I can just move to it?
You can just move. So you don't have to cast Expeditious Retreat if you don't want to. It's within range. I will say if you move out of range, Jackson, we're going to hit off of you, but you can get to that door. The door is locked. As you run in that direction, though, Jackson is going to take a swing at you. And he will hit you. In total, you will take 14 points of damage from his rapier. The door in front of you, though, is locked again. but that would end your turn based on what you've done.
Oh, what? Really?
Say that again.
I'm surprised that the door relocked.
Okay, well the door is locked, so sorry.
Do you get a healing pulse?
What's that?
Bernie, do we want to use a healing pulse if that still is an option?
I think I can, right? Because you were saying I was just moving, I wasn't retreating.
If you didn't cast the Expeditious Retreat, then yes, you can still use a bonus action.
Right. Well, you were saying it didn't make a difference. So let's use the bonus action. Let's get another healing pulse. Let's get in the center of everybody. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's a good radius for everyone.
So everyone else gets 1
And what-
plus 3. So you all get another. Oh, rolled an 8. You're welcome. Get another 11 points of temporary health.
Whew.
Okay.
Another 11 points?
Yep, another 11 points. That'll bring us back to Ivo.
I like how Dent has transformed into the image of Rowena's father, fallen into the basement, done nothing but tried to unlock a door, and then just left.
That is very Dent if you think about it.
Just like he stumbled into the wrong place, was like, oh fuck, I gotta get out, and then just tried to get out.
I think I know what his strategy is, but I don't know what's going to happen. In either case, what would you like to do?
Yeah. Okay, so
I just want to say real quick, off the record, Nate, if you think you know what my strategy is, I'd love to hear it because I'm not sure.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh god. All right. Well, I'm gonna do. So I want to do. I definitely want to do second wind to try to get some more hit points. Does it matter if I do that first or after I attack? I'm imagining I can do it either way, right, DM?
Correct.
Okay, so let's attack first, and then I'll do second wind. So I'll go ahead and just go after Jackson. Just be like, "I'm back, baby."
Let's go ahead and roll to hit.
Shatter Spike.
Hits. Both hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hey,
It's not as good.
Okay, 5 on the first one.
It's better.
9 on the second one. He's still standing.
14.
But definitely starting to really show some signs. As you notice, as these wounds cut deeper and deeper, you notice these purple blackish puffs of smoke kind of start to pour out of him. And as you notice, he looks at them. He looks deeply concerned. That'll go to Zunis.
Oh, sorry, real quick, DM.
Oh, sure.
For my second wind, I roll a d10 and then I just add 6 to it, right, to get temporary hit points?
Correct.
Okay. Let me do that really quick then. All right, it's a 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, that'll bring us to Zunis.
Before I make my move, what hit point are you at, Ivo?
I am at 28 of 62.
So you're doing much better. But also,
I don't would say much better, but I guess if it's death is the other option, then I'm not dead.
I'm gonna give you 15, bringing me to 48.
Okay. 32.
And Zunis's move, he forgoes violence and weaponry, and he goes up to Jackson and puts his arm around him and says, "Hey man, we don't have to fight. You had a really tough childhood. I left my town, everyone I ever knew. I know the pain that you're going through. We can be your friends. I know that sounds silly to you, but if you lead a life of loneliness, you'll always just be in the darkness."
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm sure Rowena had some choice words.
So he looks kind of at you, still panicking, looking at like the smoke billowing out of his kind of body a bit, and he goes, "No, this won't be me. It'll be her or one of you." And just out of his hands, as it goes into next turn, you just see this huge like column of fire start to form, and he forces it at the sky. I need. What's the range? 10-foot radius. So many sugar things. He's gonna put it, right there. So I need Thad, Zunis, Ivo, and Rowena to roll, I believe, dexterity saving throws. Yeah, dex saves for me, please.
Do we all get a +3 because of Zunis's magic?
You do all get a +3, yes.
You sound so disappointed.
I almost had Ivo. Well, fortunately, I think you all succeeded. But unfortunately, there's still half damage. So let's see what we end up with. Just so I know, is anyone immune or resistant to radiant damage or fire damage?
No.
I'm resistant to fire.
Okay. That's going to be important here in a second, so just keep an eye on that. Okay. So anyone that is not resistant to fire, you're going to take 8 points of damage. If you are resistant to fire, you're going to take 4 points of damage. Is anyone resistant to radiant damage?
Nope. And that's off of temp hit points for everybody, right? If they
Correct.
still have them.
Yep. So go through temporary hit points too. And then for everyone else, you were going to take... for not everyone else, everyone as well, you were going to take an additional 10 points of radiant damage as this like giant column pillar of fire lands through all of you.
Okay.
And he will end his turn. Just want to double check he's got nothing else left, and that'll go back to Rowena.
I'd like to hit him with the rapier, and I have the poison blood as well.
Yep, and you get an advantage on your strikes as well. And I'm just going to say this because it's very likely it will happen. He does actually have about 14 health points left.
Okay. Because it's very likely we'll kill him?
It's very likely the person who wanted to kill him will kill him, and I didn't script that.
Would be...
Okay.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Remember, normal damage, sneak attack damage, poison damage.
Yes.
7, I think that does it.
Yes.
Uh-huh. All right. So how do you want to kill our friend Jackson here?
Okay, well, first I would like to point the rapier right at his throat, and I'd like to say, why'd you do it? Why did my father have to become collateral damage for you?
As he's like throwing through, he was just a pawn. I needed power to enact the plan.
You knew the Stormwinds were nobodies, comparatively speaking. Why did you do this to us?
Because it made you easy. And you see like more of his skin start to like break open as this smoke pours through, and his body, as it falls on the ground, is starting to get sucked towards the center of the room slowly. He turns around, he's sort of like scraping back outwards, and he's screaming now at this point, no, I could do better. I need more time. I could do better. And he's getting pulled further and further and further away from you as he gets towards that slot. Anything you'd like to do before this happens?
Finish him. Stab him. Kill him.
Yeah, I don't want to let Gratz have the satisfaction. I'd like to... it's a little grotesque perhaps, but I'd like to just take a swing of the rapier and see if I can decapitate him.
Yeah, I'll say why not. So you just like flick down. You actually have to like stab and slice up because it's a pointy thing, but you are able to kind of like rip like through the flesh of his neck, and his head just tumbles and rips off. As you make the killing blow, you then hear this deep chanting that you were hearing before start to kind of crescendo. The room around you, the sky now is completely dark, and the entire floor is now growing and still vibrating, and you hear a maniacal laughter that's very familiar once again, and it shares. You don't realize it doesn't matter who you give. Wherever the sacrifice takes, it brings me here. And the head just kind of keeps rolling through. The body keeps rolling into that area. You don't realize, but you've cleared the Clithril that I needed. This world is mine now, and I'll return when I damn well please. You see Jackson's body start to kind of like get pulled into the floor almost as if it's quicksand. Parts of his body are ripping open. As you see like this like decapitated head kind of roll off, and this head, this neck is there. This hand kind of bursts through the hole that you made where his neck would be, and it grows as it reaches, and another one kind of follows it and rips it open, and you start to kind of see this face appear from this grotesque body start to rip out separately. As you do this huge blast erupts from underneath the center of the room. You're all thrown into the sides of the chambers. Dazed, confused, you start to kind of get flashes of images in front of you. You see this like huge body basically kind of start to come out of Jackson's what seems now tiny body in comparison, unsure of how this magical energy is making this happen. And you start to get images of who you can only believe to be Grotz use this killed sacrificed figure as a portal into your world. Another echo rocks you overward, kind of rocks you back into this area. And all of a sudden, as you kind of see a hand start to reach up and start to be able to like reach the ceiling almost as it outstretches, you hear this devastating roar from the skies. And as you get another brief view, as you're staring down, trying to avoid looking directly at this bright light in the center, you actually see this huge golden dragon start to circle around the skies. And as it does, it lands abruptly and violently on top of Grotz's form and starts to claw and bite and scratch and tear, and pieces of his body are like pushed backwards. And it seems like he's trying to force him back down into this central portal in the room. And eventually it does, it is able to, but you hear Gratz the whole time laughing, like between laughter and pain from the bites. And it's this weird combination of noises that you can't really make a lot of, but you can still see as Grotz is being pushed down, laughing and smiling, saying, "It's too late. They've seen you now. This world is mine." And all of a sudden, it's one more just giant push into the world. And demons now, just these smaller shapes, these winged creatures are flying out uncontrollably past the dragon. They're unable to stop it. They've seen your army now, you fool. They know everything about this. There's nothing else you can do to keep them from bringing me back. And with one last giant roar and bite and like this gout of flames kind of coming around its mouth, it pushes it back into the ground. The ground seals up behind it, and the dragon kind of stands on top of it, looks around at you, panting heavily. It's like scales and body are also cut up and beaten from this battle with Grotz. And as it kind of looks at all of you, there's barely any room for you guys to kind of handle its girth. And you see it kind of slowly shrink down and shrink down and shrink down until you see a familiar figure stand in front of you. An older woman with gray hair and a very tight bun. Look at all of you and say, "I believe you called me, no?"
Supervisor Ormond.
And that's where we'll end the mission tonight, friends.
Bye.
What?
The Avengers.
Yeah, some help.
Very furious. Post-credit scene.
Well, let's go ahead and kick off the stream. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.